to turn everything on, make sure everyone can be heard. I can be heard, Sword can be heard, Foundry can be heard, hopefully. Can Foundry be heard is the question. Registering bit's really quiet. Yeah, we'll see how we go. Anywho, welcome back to another episode of Land of the Lost. This is episode 30. 30 sessions in. Title of this evening's episode is The Hunter and the Host. Previous session we had Ashes of Hope. We'll go through our recap. So last we left off, you had confronted and defeated the vampire spawn and Heinrich Vandervoort, also a vampire spawn, the coffin maker you believed was responsible for the stealing of the bones of St. Andrew, the holy relic of St. Andrew's church. During the battle, a hidden door was uncovered, and it was decided that rather than this sort of exploring it now, you would return the bones to the church and attend the funeral ceremony. All but Arcos attended the ceremony, which was presided over by the older lady Esmeralda, who seemed to has taken on the role of spiritual leader in Vallaki since the untimely death of Father Petrovich. After the ceremony, you all came back together and you headed back to the coffin maker. Re-entered the coffin maker's home. You descend down the stairway, darkened stairway to which seemed like for quite some time, and you found yourselves in a sub-basement. You discover several rooms. First, a storage area in which you find a ledger with some odd and old entries, then into an office, and finally a small shrine with a throne carved from stone and a portrait of Heinrich and another man whose face had been destroyed, cut out. Also a small chest containing a few potions and some letters, and upon reading them it was clear that Heinrich was at least 130 years old, maybe even older, but was most definitely in the service of the Dark Lord that is responsible for the attack on Vallaki. As it's starting to get late, you decide to return to the Blue Water Inn, which remains locked and closed. You go to your room to discuss things further, and sometime shortly thereafter, a knock at the door surprises you, and standing outside is the circus leader, Rictavio, the man that is staying in one of the other rooms at the Blue Water Inn. Before asking to talk, well, basically stands before you and wants to have a word with you. He then comes in, scans the room for a moment before removing his hat, and his disguise melts away and drops, revealing an older gentleman, spectacles. He introduces himself as Rudolf van Richten. He then explains that he would possibly be able to help you leave Barovia, but for now you are quite trapped. He explains that he is a hunter of the unnatural and offers to leave his book while you decide whether you'll be able to aid him or not, as he has asked for your help in hunting a creature that is responsible for the death of his son. He also explains that he has an apprentice with him as well, a young woman by the name of Esmeralda, which seemed to be a little coincidental perhaps, but may not be. A lot of women by that name in this particular area. He takes his leave, donning his hat once again and redisguising himself. Before you all find sleep, Arcos does take this book and starts to read, and he reads one of the entries and gains a little bit of insight into a creature called a ghoul. You all managed to have a good night's rest, but no dreams, no interruptions for probably the first time in coming to this place. Next morning, as the sound of people below wake you, you find the Martikovs must have returned sometime during the evening and is now open for business. And this is pretty much where we rejoin you that following morning. However, just before we get started, I am going to go back to Van Richten's book. I know I gave you some information, Grim, about ghouls, but I'm going to read you the Van Richten's own words of what he thinks about ghouls in this land. So he's got in there, it's all handwritten, there's nothing, like no fancy typework, it's all handwritten notes, it's scratchings, little drawings, things like that, and it's not a nice looking tome, it's an old journal, so it's got bits of paper in it, so it's quite a well used looking tome. And it simply says, the dead do not always remain still. Ghouls are carrion eaters, driven by an appetite not that no living flesh can satisfy. They possess more cunning than their appearance suggests, and often hunt in packs. They prefer crypts, graveyards, and places where the dead are plentiful. Their claws carry a paralyzing venom. The victim may remain unconscious while the creature feeds upon them. Do not mistake stillness for death. They are creatures of hunger, but hunger can be exploited. A ghoul will often abandon caution when presented with fresh flesh. And then here's a little hunter's note. It's got a little PS at the bottom. If confronted by several, keep your distance. Their paralysis is more dangerous than their claws. Protect the weakest member of your company first. So with that, you've obviously learnt about their ability to possibly paralyze a victim if they attack with their claws, which has given you a little bit of insight into these creatures, and as a result of that, you yourself now have an advantage in initiative rolls when attacking or being attacked by these creatures. So with that being said, we've moved into the next morning. There is a bit of a bustle down in the inn below. As you can see, Erwin Martikov and his wife, and even the two children, their two sons, milling around, serving folks breakfast. The smells from the kitchen are rising up through the inn, your room. You see Rictavio come from his room as well, as if you exit your room heading downstairs. He walks out across the balcony and outside and gives you a bit of a nod as he walks past and disappears into Vallaki itself. So, you have an impending dinner date, so to speak, with Prince Strahd, as Orvan had told you guys previously. Though no actual time was given for that, so that's completely up to you. So I'll turn it over to you guys now, because essentially what you do next is entirely up to you. You've been to Blinsky's toy shop. You've gotten some information about Isaac Strasny, the Baron's personal bodyguard, and seems to be the head of the town guard also, and his unhealthy obsession with dolls that apparently look very, very similar to the Burgermeister of Beriskar. You found out that the Baron himself is not exactly the nicest of gentlemen. You've also been given not so much information, but you've discovered that you've been watched by Lady Wachter, and her personal servant or spy you made contact with him by chasing him down and capturing him, and he's told you that he will go speak to Lady Wachter and will get back to you at some point, so you're not sure when that's going to happen. But it seems that she opposes the Baron also, with the information you were given. So I'll turn it over to you. You are able to head down into the main inn for breakfast or stay in your room. As again, Orvan is not with us this evening, as she is not able to make it, so we will leave her in the rooms for now. She's not feeling well, so Orvan will stay and sleep in while you do what you need to do.
I guess we have to find some blood-bladed grass again. Orvan's not well.
You are? Yeah. What was it, Wolfsbane?
I think I'd head out fairly early to Blinsky's, because I have something to pick up if he's finished it.
You do indeed. I don't remember what that is, so you're going to have to remind me.
I picked a boat and I wanted to have
That's
it.
right. You wanted
amended.
to add the name of Arcos. Arcos on the rear of the boat,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Wanted to name the boat Arcos. And I believe there was a bee dolphin to be retrieved as well.
Yeah, he was starting it, and he wanted to like
Yeah.
make a prototype and then show her.
Yeah.
And
So he wanted
then
he wanted to be a little bit.
make sure it was
He said
right.
it was going to take a few days for that one, but he said generally a couple of days maybe for the boat, which has pretty much been that now by the time you've dealt with Heinrich and restored the bones. What are the rest of you doing? Are you traveling to Blinsky's with Jurik, or are you doing something else?
And then after that, did we not want to go and check out the Baron's house as well?
There was mention of
talked
that.
about it.
Yes.
We could do Blinsky's and then go check out the house.
I mean, I was going to have
Not
breakfast at
opposed.
back.
Well, after breakfast, obviously.
Yeah, I need food.
You know,
I
coffee
mean,
is life and all that.
we
jazz.
don't have to roleplay breakfast, but
I know, but I wanted to
if you
find
want
out.
to,
Like,
if you want to speak to the Mardikovs, that would be your obviously your first port of call.
Yeah.
yeah.
So as you head
that's-
down, clearly we'll do this because as you head down, you get down and Erwin is serving a table of which a couple of looks maybe hunters wearing wolf pouts and they've got bows and quivers sitting next to them at their table. Rather sort of gruff-looking guys, beards and scruffy hair, and they obviously don't smell too good. They're obviously out hunting, coming quickly for a meal, and they're probably heading out again. Everyone spots you and gives you a wave and a pretty hearty smile. He has offered you your lodgings here for free because of what you did for his family. Good morning. Good evenings. Glad to see you have fared better than some others in Vallaki the last couple of days. Sorry for our absence, but we fled Vallaki when we heard what was coming. Family comes first, you understand. But I'm glad to see you have survived.
Yeah, we were fine. Was anybody you knew affected?
Some friends did not make it, of course, and we mourn their loss. But as far as the keepers, many managed to flee Vallaki before the worst happened. And he sort of lowers his voice and he says, "You understand, we must keep our profile and not expose ourselves."
Yeah. I mean, we assumed you got out. I mean, it would be a bit weird
mean,
if
we
you
knew.
locked the place and then...
So apologies
Yeah.
if we worried you at all, but I had to get my
I mean,
wife
we
and
d-
my sons to safety.
We did send them a message after they
We did, and he did say that they were
responded.
safe. Yeah,
Yeah, they were safe.
but he still, you can
So-
see that
Yeah.
he's genuinely on level. He's apologizing for them just leaving and not saying anything. Like, but you can see that he's very devoted to his family, and his wife and his sons take precedent over everything, basically.
Which makes sense being like the head now.
Well, now he is the
Yeah.
head of the
he's
keepers as well. So
patriarch.
yeah,
I
So
mean, if
it's
I
like,
could fly off, I would have flown off too.
I think all of you would have. It's like, fuck this.
Time
we're
to go,
out.
bitch out.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
We considered fighting back, but we wanted more help for that. Wouldn't have done it on our own.
From what I have been told, this would have been a fool's errand. To fight
Yeah.
such a force would most certainly end in your death. As they say,
Sometimes
better
that can
to
be
live,
better.
run away and fight another time, rather than face here and die.
It's more like stand in place and watch it happen before your eyes, but
So it was unfortunate, but with what I've been told, you have returned sacred artifact back to the church, we should be once again protected from such things.
Hmm. Has that ever happened before in your family's lifetime here?
I've heard stories of this happening before, much before my time. Maybe in my father's time, perhaps. But this was probably before Bones as well.
That's a long time.
Making sure this is cast.
Yes, your mage armor. Yep. Easily enough done.
Oof, that's a long fucking time thinking about
It
that.
lasts, yeah. Well, when you think
no,
about it,
I'm
when he
thinking
goes,
about
he's
how
similar to,
long
yeah,
ago.
he's similar to his father's time. So you're looking
Yeah, that's like,
sort of 2.5 centuries. You're going back probably 200 plus years.
wow. Wasn't he like? Wasn't his father like in his 150s or? Sounds like that's what we got the idea of.
He looked that age. His father looked like he would be well over a century old. But
yeah,
for all intents and purposes, these guys, they're human. So they don't live
right
much more than a regular human lifespan. So ultimately,
that was just the druidic.
Yeah, it just he looked like he was a lot older than an average human would be. But you could put that down to magics, this place, like everything seems to be a bit weird here anyway.
Drain his life force.
Yeah, there's just so many things happening. So many things in this place that you guys don't understand as well. So there's all sorts of manner of things happening. He then brings you over a plate of what looks to be semi-fresh fruit. It's not like super fresh, but it's not bad. So fruits and grains and things, not unlike a sort of a breakfast muesli type deal. Dried fruits and oats, and a pitcher of some sort of fruit juice. You're not entirely sure what it is. It's a dark red juice. It has kind of a sweet sort of pungent smell to it. Doesn't smell like wine. It has that same sort of coloration of wine.
Pomegranate. Oh.
Wouldn't know if they grew in this place, but it has kind of a sickly sweet flavor to it. It's a lot sweeter than you think it would be when you taste it. It's actually almost too sweet, but it's serviceable.
Well, either way,
Secretly,
it's good to see you back.
Elderberries and apples.
Possibly. Well, excuse me, I must get back to work. But please, if I am able to be of service, come and see us whenever you can. Even if we are closed, I said, our rooms are across the balcony from your own. Feel free to knock and if we can aid you in any way.
What are we going to do today? I mean, after I go pick something up.
Well, I mean, we have things to do.
Yeah.
And I mean, if Orvan's not feeling good, we probably shouldn't go without her anywhere. Like,
True.
Majorly. Like, she's the one that spoke out to get the dinner. So, I mean, it'd feel kind of wrong just going with, like, he's expecting her, I'm guessing. And then us, well, as well, but...
She would have made it plain that the invitation was obviously for all of you. Like it was.
Well, right.
It was a dinner
but
that
she
right. reached out and organised, and well, she reached out and the invitation was given.
Well, I mean, if I had that spell prepared, I could just drag her along behind.
Yeah. Make her sit on the disc.
I mean, I did want to check out things with the Baron, but I feel like I enough has happened in this town in the last couple of days that maybe poking our nose into...
Well, I mean, we don't even know if the Baron's there either.
I mean, I don't necessarily want to go see the Baron.
Well, right.
It's just obvious
if-
there's something
if
going
they're
on in
gone.
this town that's not quite right. But that's this whole
I mean,
place.
that might be the best thing. If the Baron's still not back, I mean, that might be the best case.
Okay, so if you recall back to when the attack happened on Vistani 2 nights prior, when you sounded the bell at the church, you had a bell sound back. And the only other building that you've seen in Vistani thus far that has a bell tower is the mayor's home.
Right. But didn't they leave town
No, they did not.
before it happened? I thought
No.
they left town out of the, like,
Nope.
the east of town.
Nope, they did not leave town.
I mean,
I
it's
don't know.
probably wishful thinking to think that they could have been attacked as well. Oops, did I say that out loud?
Wishful thinking?
There's no Valachian guard in the immediate vicinity, so I think you're quite safe.
Even if there were, I mean,
Part of me
Wow.
wondered if they were responsible for the attack,
well,
you know?
the Baron maybe, but
Yeah.
You
you
know-
saw what his man did. I mean, that's
well,
kind
yeah,
of
exactly.
how this all started. Or
And then all of a
How
sudden
we
the guy
got involved.
disappeared. Then the guy disappeared too. I still don't understand that.
yeah. And the father
don't
said
understand.
to Orvan that he feared that he'd gone into the darkness. Something like that, anyway.
I wasn't there for that, so
You were all there for that. That was when you spoke to the dead.
I was watching the door.
That's right, you were too.
I was outside the
The
door.
information would have been shared, I'm assuming.
Well, right. Just not
Yeah.
top of my head.
Well, I guess we finish up here and then go get this thing from the...
First things
Toy
first,
maker.
before you leave anywhere, I need all of you, when I find my information, God, where is it? Crap. Oh, there it is. So you have that one. So all of you to make an insight roll, looking for a DC of 10.
I have advantage on insight checks.
Do you?
Yeah, from my stone rune.
You do. Oh, we got a natural 20 in there.
That is Q, right?
2 natural 20s, in fact.
You can only let me roll.
Yeah, so
I just
Hey,
rolled
Alt.
twice.
yeah, Alt. Hold Alt when
Oh,
you
it's
click.
Alt.
Yeah, hold Alt
For some reason, I thought it was
controls for
Q.
disadvantage, Alt for advantage. But you just re-roll it.
gotcha.
So
Much
read
better.
your insights. I mean, you're just there.
Yeah.
So for the most part, you're all on the sort of same page. Talking about the tomes and things, and talking about books, and obviously you remember what led you to the tome in the first place. This book about looks to be a maybe even a personal journey, or book about Prince Strahd himself, was found near a statue of a woman kneeling, and it basically a rose of great beauty plucked too soon in the swamps. And you remember other mentions, other things that sort of have been passed in conversation and stuff like that. You went to Kresk and they were talking about the Abbey and things like that. And for some reason, this is just twigged in all of your minds, specifically Ripple and Jarik. The card reading you got from Madame Ava some days ago, maybe a couple of weeks ago. The second card that she pulled And she said this, a card tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope. And she mentioned she saw a garden dusted with snow, watched over by a scarecrow with a sackcloth grin. Look not to the garden, but to the guardian. And then you remember the abbey above Kresk itself. It's the only place you've seen snow so far in this land. What it means, and I'd say with a natural 20 from Ripple and Jarik, there's a scarecrow somewhere in that abbey, in the garden, in the graveyard perhaps, that has something with it, clearly. Given that description, look not to the garden, but the guardian. So there's something hidden within that scarecrow that may be of aid to you, potentially. And because you got a natural 20 on those rolls, I'm going to give you the third card as well. Third card she drew was a card of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight. And simply said, a wounded elf has what you seek. You will part with a treasure to see his dark dreams fulfilled. And with a natural 20, you've heard there were elves here in these lands at one time. Not many remain. They were hunted to near extinction. The Vistani have spoken of an older elf that lives with them at one of their camps. When you visited the Vistani, when you first talked to Madame Ava, one of the Vistani did speak of an old elf that was at one of the camps. Didn't say which camp. There are several.
Is it which camp?
It was a witch camp, yeah. Now, with that, Arcos, with your 14, if Jarik and Ripple share this information with the rest of you, it's just a thought that sort of pops into your memory for whatever reason, sitting around breakfast table. Do you pass that information on?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So with that information being passed on, Arcos, you remember seeing in Van Richten's journal, you saw a page that was just titled Vistani as well. So he's had to run in with them, or at least has some information about them. What you do with that information now is up to you.
There's something in this book, and he sort of grabs the book out, and he's like, yeah, see, I told you, trouble.
Do you wish to spend an hour reading it before traveling out to the toy shop? Is the question. Or do you want to save that for later?
Want or need to go to the toy shop, so and he sort of looks at the three of them, and he's like, he just thinks to himself, they'll be fine. Like, Orvan's not there, she's not going to touch anything. And then he looks at Ripple and he's like, I'm going to stay here and read for a bit. If you, head out to the toy shop and then come back and we'll decide what we're going to do the rest of the day. Please be careful, Ripple, please. And he looks at the two fellas and he's like, which one of these guys do I ask to look after Ripple? And he's like,
with a mouthful of food, Reed would just turn. Oh, she'll be okay.
And I'll keep an ear out for Orvan just in case she needs anything.
Splitting the party, that's what I love to see. So with that, Jarik, Ripple, and Reed head out to Blinsky's toy shop, leaving Arcos in the inn to study Van Richten's book for a time. So we'll stay with you for a moment, Arcos. You open the book, you sit down, you start to read. Can I get your DC 12 history check, please?
Yeah. I'll go back up to the rooms too.
Okay, yeah.
Like,
Give yourself a
where
bit of
Ilvan is.
privacy.
Yeah. History check. Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
No,
It's an 8.
I'm gonna use my luck roll.
Use your luck roll, no worries.
Yeah, my history is not great.
I mean, you will get something, you just won't get all of it with
9.
So you will get some information. So what you start to read the excerpts, and what you get from this is right off the top of the back. It's just got in the heading, it's got Vistani, and it's got a picture of like a gypsy caravan and a couple of colourfully dressed sort of individuals. Very sort of sketchy. Seems like he's a pretty good sketch artist. And Van Richten writes, I have been wrong about the Vistani. This is not a sentence I write lightly. Long I allowed the actions of some, allow the judgment of all. The truth is considerably more complicated. The Vistani are not a single people with a single loyalty. They are families, clans, travelling groups, each with their own traditions, grievances, and alliances. Some have willingly allied themselves with the Dark Lord of this land. They speak well of him, carry his messages, and appear to regard his rule as something worth preserving. Others fear him, some even despise him. And there are those who have simply learned that survival sometimes requires knowing when to bow. The relationships with this Dark Lord is therefore not one of simple servitude. Some believe him a protector, some see him as a tyrant. Some have profited from his rule, others have lost everything because of it. Do not judge the family by the actions of one camp. And that's all I'm going to give you for that roll, because there is a little bit more. But you may need to spend a little bit more time reading it and make another roll a little bit later, perhaps, to kind of read between the lines to get a little bit more information. But essentially what you're reading here is that though some of the information you've gotten about the Vistani thus far would have you believe that they are not to be trusted, they are a people of thieves and swindlers and scam artists, it seems that not all can be tarred with that same brush, which would kind of make sense. And I mean, look at your own group as an example. You would not tar your entire group for the actions of one or two, perhaps. Two of you happen to be pirates. Doesn't make you all pirates. So we'll leave you there for a moment, Arcos. Reading your book. If you wish to make another roll a little bit later, continue reading, spend another hour reading to see if you can get a bit more insight into the Vistani. We can do that a little bit later on. With the other three heading towards Blinsky's toy store. You cross town, hit it. You know where it is. You've been there before. You rock up to the front of the shop, and the sign is all twisted. It's open. The store is still quite dark. It's a kind of a dingy looking store. Only small amount of light in there. All the light seems to be in the back in the workshop. You stroll on in. The little bell above the door dingles as you enter, and Blinsky's pet Piccolo scurries out from behind the curtain up onto the top of a shelving and across the top, and sort of sits looking at you, almost giving you a little wave in his little jester's outfit. There's the bells on his hat jangling as he does so. And shortly thereafter, the broad-shouldered, barrel-chested Blinsky walks into the shop. Oh, hello, my friends. Welcome back. Oh yes. One moment. And he comes back through, and he comes back with the small sailboat. Well, it was kind of a rowboat, but he's added a sail to it as per requested. And he places it on the counter in front of you. He says, "It is beautiful. I think I've done well. But you be the judge. You are paying for my work, of course." And you stroll up and have a look at it. As you pick the boat up, turn it around and have a look at it, it's not just a single mast and sail. He's added trimasts, as a pirate ship should have. Trimasts, large sails, it's all very intricate detail. You can see the rigging from the sides of the small boat. It's all to scale. He's done an exceptional job with it. As you turn it, he's removed the mechanism for the oars that were in it previously. And he's added a mechanism which looks like it turns the sails. Maybe it may even be turned by the wind, perhaps, if you were to put it on a pond or something similar. And across the stern, I believe, is the back of the boat. Memory? Aft? Yes, aft.
Yep.
Is the word Arcos in a really fine sort of script. And it looks very, very well made.
Well, this looks great.
Well,
Going
thank
above and
you,
beyond.
thank you. As I said, there's no fun, there's no playing ski.
Have you tried floating it?
I have put it in bathtub. It did not sink. So, yes. It should, if you put it in pond and we have a little bit of wind, make sure you tie a rope to it. It may turn and move on its own. You may want to tether it so it does not sail away. For a few gold more, I could make a tiny sailman for the boat if you wish.
That's okay. I think we leave that up to the imagination.
Of course, of course. And as for your friends and yours, you and the other lady, I am having a little trouble with the drawing that she gave me. It was a little out of scale, so I may need a few more days before I can have prototype of this. What was it called? Dolphin fly? No, that was not it. Bee rabbit? No, that was not it either. Oh, bee dolphin.
Dolphin.
The bee dolphin. I'm not sure what this dolphin is, but drawing was a little scrappy, we must admit. But it seems to be coming along. And he brings this, he says, I will show you this much. And he brings out his own sketch of what he believes a bee dolphin should look like. He has no idea what a dolphin is, but given the description you guys gave him, it looks more like a bee shark than a bee dolphin. Its dorsal fin is quite sharp. It has the lines of a great white rather than a dolphin, but it has little wings and it's got a stinger instead of a tail. It's kind of odd looking, but you kind of get that sort of feeling that it's a mixture of a bee and a fish, somewhat. It says, what I will do, it will not fly, of course, because wings are too small, but they will move and it will have articulation here and here, and the tail will kind of swing side to side, and it will make a buzzing sound. I'll put a little buzzer inside. So you wind it up and it will move and buzz like a bee. Hopefully this is satisfactory to you. Anything else I can do for you today?
Yeah, man, I think she'll think it's neat.
I think she'll think it's neat too.
I hope so.
Anything else?
I take pride in my work.
I think that's everything we're after, right?
Yeah,
Are you sure I cannot
now.
interest you in one of my other pieces here? We have the gallows and we got this the wooden string mobile of hanging bat. Hanging bats, good for keep the flies away during the day. Moths at night.
Any of you? I'll pass, but
I'm just cute. I'm just trying to think if there is anything.
I mean, like I say, you look around the store, there's all the same pieces that were there before. You've got the ventriloquist dummy, which looks a lot like Prince Strahd. Looks like a younger Prince Strahd. You've got the doll that looks like Irina, which he said is not for sale. That is, he said that's for display only, as it's a custom piece which has already been sold. You would assume that's more than likely to Strasny.
Raz.
Got obviously the miniature gallows. It's got a trapdoor and a weighted hanged man. You got the headless doll, which comes with a sack of interchangeable heads, and all those
Oh, we
weird
bought
and
one of
wonderful looking oddities. Think of a roadside sort of horror attraction. Think of a House of a Thousand Corpses. The old clown Captain Spaulding's roadside oddities. You've got those sorts of ghoulish and
Ripley's Believe It or Not.
yeah, that kind of thing. It's all
I think I
very
took some of those,
weird.
didn't I?
It's all very weird and wonderful. I can't remember what you bought. To be fair.
Somebody bought a doll with the interchangeable heads and gave it to the kids.
That's right, you did too. Yes, that was Ripple. Yes, you did buy that one. See, it looks like he's made another. Or did you buy? Or did you just think you bought it?
Did the kids exist at all?
So how much did we owe you again?
For yours, I think you paid for yours before. Oh no,
think I did.
you paid half. I cannot remember. You have it. It's fine. I believe you gave enough to begin with. But
Thank you.
I think for this piece, I think we agreed on about 50 or 60 gold pieces, and I think paid half down because I was not sure what it would cost when we finished. I think maybe around 70 gold pieces by the time it's done. Perhaps. Depends on how much extra work I need to put into it. But at this stage, about 60, 70 gold. I need a couple more days. Working on the mechanics of it is very fiddly work. And I have sausage fingers, as you can see.
I don't know. I don't think that affected you that much before, but I understand.
It takes a little bit more time with the fiddlier things, but my work stands for itself. And when he holds up his fingers, you see he's got cut marks from obviously working with blades. He's got bandages wrapped around, bloody bandages on a couple of fingers, and you can see multiple scars on his hands. So he's obviously nicked himself with a crafting type knife or something, like carving the finer bits and pieces.
Well, did you guys need anything else?
No, not that I can think of. I'll let Ulvan know about how much it might cost a little bit extra for the bee dolphin, and that's fine. In fact, I might just give him some gold now. How much did we pay?
I think you paid 30 up front from memory.
Might give him another 20 now, just to...
Okay. So you, if it comes to sort of 60, 70, you're looking at about another 20-ish that you'll need to come up with when it's done. Make note of that because I won't remember.
Sweet, I'll do that now.
I probably should, but I won't.
I'm plumb broke, so I do. At least that's what my sheet says.
Yes, I think you are plumb broke. I don't think you've ever gotten any money.
Well, I think when my stuff got stuff got stolen, I think I got my money stolen.
Yes, I think you did.
Or is it my backpack?
No, your backpack's there.
No, it's in my backpack.
You got 330
it's in my backpack.
gold.
How's it gonna say? Something got stolen. I don't remember what it was. Because it wasn't my tools. Because my tools are in my backpack.
No, you lost something pretty mundane from memory.
Yeah,
I think it was rope.
It was rope or something.
Because I already used mine, so we had no rope.
It was rope.
Yeah, because you got no rope.
No, I left my rope at the Druid's thing.
Someone
across the river.
Yeah, yes, right, you did too. So there was lots of rope used in left places.
I think it was you know what it was? It was candles.
Probably. Anyway,
I had candles.
So
that's right.
Blinsky thanks you for your business and gives you a broad smile and a wave as you exit Blinsky's toy store. Upon exiting the store, you notice that same man that was kind of following you and stalking you, standing across the street. And as he sees you exit the store, he starts to walk towards you. Like he's not trying to hide the fact that he is, he knows who you are now. He knows you know who he is. So he starts walking across the street, heading towards you. And I moved his name, just so you know.
Can you remind me who he is?
I think I balls it up initially anyway, and I've just recently found out what his name is. His name is Enrst Larnak. So Ernst Larnak. So yeah, Enrst Larnak. And he strolls across the street and hands you a folded piece of parchment with a seal, wax seal on it, and the wax seal is a very intricate looking W. And just he hands it to you, doesn't say anything, and just gives you a sort of a sharp bow, and turns on his heels and heads away.
Well, guys, I think I know what we're gonna do today.
Read the note.
Think so.
You read the note.
But we should do that with everyone.
Too late.
I mean, we're going back anyway.
It's okay. I can read it. I know you don't know how to read.
Oh, wait,
I'd already cracked the seal, man.
why did you say my name like that? I don't know how to myself. I don't know myself.
No, you don't know
That's
yourself.
probably right too.
So, Ripple, being impatient as she is, cracks a seal and opens the piece of parchment paper, and on it it's a very simple, short note or letter, and it says, "Guests of Vistani, would be a pleasure. It is a pleasure for me to invite you to my home to dine with me this evening." And it's signed Lady Wachter.
You know where that is?
You do not.
Well, we'll have to ask. But
Where's
that didn't-
Wachter?
Dinner's served for this. That's dinner organised for this evening, I guess.
Yeah, just less money we have to spend.
Roll a perception check for me, you three, please.
Wrong tab.
Natural 1.
I'm good at these.
So who was the natural 1? Drake. Drake's
He's looking at a
preoccupied with
boat.
his tiny little sailboat. Reed with a 19, Ripple with an 8. Ripple doesn't notice either. Reed, you notice, however, as Enrst walks away, he stops and chats with two younger gentlemen briefly. And you can sense a little bit of a heated conversation, about 2 or 3 minutes. And then he heads sort of northeastish back across into Vistani itself. You recognize the two gentlemen from your previous encounter with them at the inn, loudmouth drunks that were removed from the inn a few days
Those
ago.
are our sons, right?
Yes, Lady Wachter's sons.
Oh. You guys. We should just go talk to our sons and ask where we're supposed to go.
Okay.
I mean, just don't be dicks, because they're dicks. If you don't remember.
It's okay. I'll smile sweetly and just be quiet.
There you go. But I did say you'd be okay, so we can't fight him.
No, I'm not gonna fight them.
Okay. They might say something about water, and I don't want you to get upset.
This is the face that you're seeing. Okay.
That's what I was hoping for.
Let's go talk to them. Find out where we need to go. I don't know. We probably should ask
Tariq,
Arcos
enough with the boat. We have people to talk to.
as well.
Oh, yeah, okay. I go back to looking at the boat.
So you head across the street and you wave down Lady Wachter's sons, and the older of the two just steps forward and sort of grabs you with a handshake, but firm, and gives you like both hands. Greetings. Hello, my name is Nikolai. Where you? I think I've seen you before. And you can tell they've been drinking already, even though it's early in the morning. And they have the smell of alcohol on them. Well, forgive me, this is younger brother Carl, but he's behave yourself, Carl. What can I do for you?
Well, your mother wishes to see us, but we don't know where she lives.
You can see he's not. Almost immediately, you get the impression maybe mother and son relations aren't exactly the best. And he says, more visitors. Of course. If you travel northwest of town center, follow short road leading towards Eastern Gate. Cannot miss it. Large house. Biggest house on street.
Fair enough.
And I guess I will see you for dinner then.
At least you know it'll be good company.
Well, I do not
Triple
know you
smiles.
that well. And he sort of, with that, you see him sort of straighten up his jacket. And he sort of goes, when may not all be lost then. And he sort of smartens himself up and sort of licks his fingers and smooths his big bushy caterpillar eyebrows out. And is sort of losing control. Like he's not an attractive man at all. And his brother's not much better.
Eastgate, you said, didn't you?
Yes, towards the Eastgate.
Yeah.
And with that, he goes to turn on his heels, almost in a gentlemanly sort of fashion, and almost trips over his own feet. Because he's definitely alcohol on board. And his brother just sort of grabs him and pulls him back to stop him from falling, and just starts laughing at him. And they sort of punch each other in the arm, and they've got a camaraderie, like brotherly sort of camaraderie, but they give each other shit all the time. And they sort of stagger on down the street. Occasionally yelling out an obscenity or two to other people.
They give me Stooge vibes.
More or less. So, with that, you do now have a location for Lady Wachter's home. And time to kill.
Well,
I guess we should head back to Arcos.
yeah, go bug Arcos.
We should probably go and tell Arcos.
Yeah, I mean,
Let him know
don't
that
leave
we've
him with the
accepted
book too long.
dinner.
I mean, is he much of a reader? I mean, he likes maps, I'm guessing, but like, I don't know if he's a book guy.
Stars.
That's fair. Yeah, but
Right,
those are all
right.
like pictures and, so like,
Graphic
That's
novels,
all right.
man.
He's
Yeah.
made lots of comments about me reading books. It kind of came across as jealous.
and now he's like snatched that one up pretty quick. Everyone
Yes, he-
likes books. I mean,
He made sure I couldn't get it because he wanted it first.
you guys like paper and I like hidden things. I don't know why I'm here with you guys.
We're all a bit of a mismatched bunch, but that's okay.
That's true.
I'm only jiving because he's not here.
So
Oh, I
do
mean,
you make
I
your
was
way
kidding.
back to the Blue Water Inn to rejoin Arcos?
Yeah, I feel like this would kind of be our like joking on the way home.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
worries.
Yeah, we're wandering on the way back.
Before we have to
having
deal
a-
with Arcos
Okay,
and
we'll
being
switch back
uptight.
to Arcos just briefly. So Arcos, you're reading through this this particular passage, and reading through it, like there's definitely the way it's written would suggest that he's trying to, well, he's saying something without saying something that only he will understand, or maybe someone who apprentices under him would read in between the lines. If you want to make another history roll, the DC will go up by 1 because you've already made a single roll already to progress to try and get a bit more information if you wish.
Yep.
We're like, you'll never be able to publish this. It's too confusing. All right, I will try, but yeah, history is not.
Yeah, so this time
It's
it'll
not
be
my
a
forte.
DC 13, not a DC 12. Yeah, no, you don't.
Oh,
You're really
why?
confused. That was really bad. With a roll of a 4,
Yep.
Arcos, you are sort of unable to sort of pick up anything else at this time.
Just keep looking at the pictures.
Yeah, I mean, and I said that the sketches that he's put in there are very good. And like he's got scribblings in the margins as well. Like it's a very sort of chaotic setup the way that he's got, but obviously it means something to him, and it will take a little bit of deciphering. What I will say, if you wanted to spend the time to gain the rest of the information without a roll, it'll take you 4 hours of solid reading. That's up to you. If you want to leave it and come back to it another time and spend an hour with it on the same subject, that DC will remain at 13 for that particular subject at the moment. Otherwise, you can spend 4 hours of time to just gain that information.
He'll wait and see what everyone else is up to first. So he just sort of starts flicking through, like looking at the pictures and stuff.
Okay, so I'll
Like
give you
he's given up on.
what I'll do is I'll give you a bit of information on what he has here so far. Because you're flipping through, you'll see headings. Headings are easy. What he's got in here, he's got werewolves, ghosts, ghouls you've already had a bit of insight into, hags, revenants, race, lesser unnatural creatures like bats and things like that, skeletons, specters, wights. There is an entry titled Sorcerer of Baratok, vampire spawn, vampire, obviously the Vistani, zombies. There's a section on the Raven folk, druids, blights, and a section just titled the Abbot.
Yeah,
as well.
I'm guessing some of those vampire spawn, like the images in that section, look a bit like what attacked the town.
Yeah. So what I'll say, because you recognise vampire spawn already, you've dealt with them. I'll give you that information now as well. It'll still require a roll to get the extra bits and pieces, but I'll give you the base information. Under the vampire spawn heading, these vampires' lesser servants are perhaps the most dangerous creatures in Barovia, precisely because they are not the master. They retain the appearance of and some of the memories of the living, but their existence is bound to the vampire that created them. They are stronger than any common man and possess an unnatural speed. Their claws and bites are dangerous, but their true advantage is patience. They are hunters, not berserkers. Do not allow one to feed upon you. Fire and sunlight remain reliable weapons. A wooden stake through the heart will immobilize one, though it does not destroy it. And in his hunter's note, his PS, if you encounter one during daylight, do not assume it helpless. They are creatures of patience and will retreat rather than die needlessly. So that tells you almost immediately that these vampires, these vampire spawn in this land, do not have an aversion to being out during the day. They're probably weakened and in a weakened state. Sunlight does not kill them. It will slow them down. To gain a bit more insight, although you have already figured out that obviously radiant energy does hurt them, and silver, as per your silver sword, does have they do have an affliction to that as well. There is some, obviously now you've got the understanding that a wooden stake through the heart will potentially put them into a state of perpetual unconsciousness, shall we say, or torpor if we're using World of Darkness terminology. But you've struck them a few times, so you've got a little bit of an intimate knowledge into them already.
Yep.
So you've got a range of subjects there that you could potentially read upon at any time. You could choose any one of those. In fact, you don't have to just go down the list.
Cool.
So after a short time, you engrossed in your new book or in your new subject, trying to figure out the In between messages that Van Richten is leaving, your companions return back to the inn, and you hear them coming up the stairs and down the hallway outside of the room, and eventually coming to the door and rejoining you.
Yep, I look over my book just gradually. I'm like, she turned while you were gone. I put her out of her misery, but I'm not big enough to bury her. We can get to that in a bit.
Roll a deception check with disadvantage.
I can hear her snoring.
Sorry, it
That's
was
the
me.
snores of the undead. Oh.
Make that roll, dude. Not
Nothing
unless any of
going
you guys don't, unless you guys don't believe him or do believe him.
It's like-
I mean,
Incredibly sarcastic,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
wasn't like, he was like, doing that thing where he just sort of eyeballs over the top of the
oh
book.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Raise of an eyebrow. Oh, you're here.
"Mm,
You guys returned. Oh, so great.
mm."
You would notice because this boat is too big to put in your bag, Jarek, and it would probably be a little bit fragile just to stick in a bag. So you would notice as you peer over your book, giving your sarcastic statement to your companions, that Jarek is carrying a ship in his hand. Whether that piques your interest or not, being a former ship's captain, it does
Yeah.
have the trimast that I never remember the name of your ship, but that
The
your
more graves revenge.
that's right. I know it has revenge in it. I was going to remember which was. So yeah, it does. It doesn't look exactly like obviously the Morgrave's Revenge, but it has the trimast set up, which will bring familiarity to you.
He does have. He just sort of like, eyeball it for a bit, and then, he's got to play it cool though.
Indeed.
Can't seem too needy. It's terrible.
Oh, you never know.
Mhm.
I mean, I could
Walk
make you
over.
roll for that need to see if it's needy or not.
How needy?
How
Roll me a
needy
needy
are you?
roll.
Roll your needy roll.
I walk over and I sit down beside him and I put it on the table in front. And I'm like, you like?
He sort of looks to the side. He's like, that turned out pretty good.
I swivel it so that the back end shows.
And you would see quite clearly the name Arcos engraved into the rear of the boat. Or ship. Let's get it right. It's a ship, it's not a boat.
That's an interesting name for a ship.
Yeah, I kind of figured I needed something that was kind of dogged, stubborn, bit of an ass. And that's what I came
Yeah.
up with.
Yeah. I came up with that name once upon a time too.
I hope maybe one day that there's some magics around potentially if I find any that'll help me enlarge it and make it like a proper ship.
Well, we're gonna get out of here on that. It's gonna have to be a lot bigger and possibly fly.
I mean, that's possible. Maybe. You ever heard of the Flying
Although-
Dutchman?
A flying what?
Never mind, it was an old tale.
Oh.
So, Arcos, as you're sort of looking at the ship, not really, I mean, you're paying attention, but not really paying attention. Just make a quick perception check for me.
Perception.
Oh, no.
Natural one.
Natural one. Okay, you don't notice anything.
No. It's too busy playing coy. He's actually like super excited about the ship. He's like, oh, that's so cool. He's like,
Would have been cooler if you passed the perception check.
he's like, "Mm." Yeah. He's doing too good a job at being very nonchalant about it.
You're going to need somewhere to store it because I don't think it's going to fit in your bag.
My bag? Why would
Yeah.
it go in my bag? It's yours, right?
No, it's not. It's yours.
Drake, you make a perception check because you're now looking at it a little bit more closely because it's on the table. Hopefully, someone will notice.
No. Nobody will ever notice. Ever.
I mean, your perception's usually pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I got, +8, so.
Yeah, you got a natural one though. It's like, what the hell?
I know.
I don't know if Reed's rolling.
And not Reed, you, Drake.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Hell. You get over 10 at least? No, you didn't notice either.
Your craftsmanship will go unnoticed for the rest of the time.
God damn it.
So when you mention that it's his, he's going to put his book down.
If you studied a bit more closely, I'll give you an investigation roll as
Did
well.
you tell him about the wind? Oh, I wasn't really paying attention to you guys talking.
What wind?
No, he's the guy who built it. What's his name? The goofy guy with the monkey.
The guy who built
said-
it had wind?
No. He said if you put it in water, you have to tether it because it shifts with the wind. The sails shift with the wind, and it could sail away. I think, right?
That's exactly what he said.
He's like second guessing it.
So that sounds like bullshit.
Do you study it a little bit more
Try.
closer to see if he's full of shit or not? That's the question.
Yeah, he like slowly picks it up and he's being careful with it. And he's trying not he's still trying to be really cool about it, but he's extremely emotional at the same time, and he's like,
I feel this needs a deception check before we do anything else.
Yeah,
let's see if you can hide your emotions. And
Oh my
by the looks of that,
fucking God.
fucking no. With an 8.
oh no.
I think with everyone's
fucking
everyone roll insight. I'm not going to roll with passives. We'll roll insight. So the rest of you roll insight. We've just got to beat an 8, so that shouldn't be too difficult. Oh, some low rolls tonight, guys. Holy crap!
some bullshit rolls.
I mean, even with a 10, I'd say with a 10, you can see something there. You're not entirely sure what it is. Like he's definitely hiding something. Whether you don't know if it's emotional or not. Ripple. Even you're not. It's
7.
kind of hard to read with a 7, and Reed, you don't see it at all either. Even with advantage, my
advantage
God,
7.
guys, we got
a 3 and
an
a 1.
an 8 for deception, and then a 10, 9, and a 7 for insight. Come on, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So
And
Drake,
anything-
you'd be about the only one that would see that he
Yeah.
You can see
You can
something,
tell
but
it means
yeah,
more to him than he's letting on.
Yeah, but you're
What
not sure how much more with that roll.
I sort of stretch a little bit, and then I go, oh, shoulders are a bit sore.
And now an investigation as you examine a little bit closer to try and figure out what Reed was
Is
on about.
Can I do
is
that as
that
well?
ship that heavy that you
thank
your
you. Yep, you can as
shoulders
well.
are sore from carrying it?
So at 16, you guys easy enough can see it now. So as you look over, 24 definitely, but 16 is more than sufficient as well. As you look for sort of investigate a little bit closer, you hold it up and you're looking at the mechanisms on the mast. You can see the sails can be furled or unfurled depending on, you can pull, the rigging actually works. You can pull the rigging and the sails will go away. They'll pull up and roll up against the crossbeams on the masts. And then you pull the other way and it'll unfurl the sails. And you can see the mechanism. If you grab the main mast and you give it a small sort of twist, it does move on its axis. All three of them do. They all move in unison. So, and it's pretty free. You're not putting much force behind it. But what you also notice is that each mast is hinged at its base, and it's the rigging that's holding it up. If you unhook a couple of the rigging points at either end, looks like the masts will fold down and lay in the length of the ship, meaning that you could potentially store this somewhere without it breaking the masts off. So it can be stored in a backpack or wrapped up and put into a pack without fear of snapping the masts off, which would be its weakest point. It's very, very well made. The Doge.
I have a question. Do you actually unrig it? This is just me asking a question.
Above the table.
Above the table, yeah.
Well, that's a fair question. Do you test this fact and pull? You can see where it needs to pull the rigging out, and you can
'Cause if
see
you
how it
did-
lays down.
If you did, Reed would say something.
He's sort of lost it in the beauty of it, and you're right. It doesn't look like his ship, but he sort of get lost in a vision of like his crew, and he sort of can almost see them like working the ship, and he just sort of like his one good eye is sort of like, you know, just picturing like, you know, young blood and who and like all sort of working on the ship, and he can't really focus on what anyone else is saying, and he does sort of realize what they were talking about with the mechanisms, but he's like completely zoning out. And
Fair to say, very fair. Drax says, "Why are you all using Mina's dice?"
been cursed. Sorry, Reed. What? Did you say something?
Reed.
No.
No, I don't. It's just. Is the ship heavy?
Uh,
It has a
mean, it's
reasonable amount
pretty-
of weight.
I mean,
yeah.
he said it floated in a bathtub, so. So I mean,
It has
I know
weight
it's
to it. 'Cause it's
buoyant,
got
but I don't know.
mechanical parts to it, but it's not super heavy.
I mean, you could always leave it on the table in here. I feel like it's kind of safe here. You gotta
'cause
remember to
I
lock
think
the
I
door.
can sort of pack it down, and he sort of starts like, you know.
You can see there's 4 points that the rigging will unhook at either end of the boat, and by pulling those, it's like almost like a ring on a hook. You unhook them, and it allows the masts to lay flat and lay back towards the back of the ship and lay flat, and you can then use you can pull those same riggings to the opposite end and hook it back to the opposite hook, and it ties it all down.
And when he starts doing that, Reed's just gonna grab a pillow off one of the beds and take the pillowcase off. They won't miss it, will they? I mean, you can. I mean, we didn't have anything to wrap it with, but I mean, you can put it in a bag then.
I mean,
It'll fit, right?
So give you an idea of size too. You're probably looking at about just under a foot long. Like it's
Right.
and it's to scale, so it would definitely fit.
So you'd be
in
able to
a-
set it in a pillowcase and wrap it up
wrap
so
it
it
up
all
and
stays
pop
tight.
it into the top of his backpack, and yeah, it would.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if you fell over on your backpack, you would run the risk of squishing it and destroying
Right.
it, but it would be relatively safe. It's pretty sturdy.
Just don't feed it after 10 p.m.
Don't get it wet. I mean, shit, it's a boat.
And sort of after he's wrapped it up, he just sort of looks at Tariq and he's like, "Thank you."
That word was hard to get out of Arcos's mouth, wasn't it?
And you see as Jarik sort of, his bottom lip is quivering.
Oh my god, we've got a couple of emotional freaks in here. Jesus Christ.
And he goes,
Kid. Kid.
I'm looking at Reed. I kind of give him a nudge, and I'm like,
except it's not just my arms, it's also my tentacles.
Oh shit! Don't push your fucking
Ripple
luck.
nudges me. Are they gonna kiss?
Yes, so Arcos, yeah, but pretty much denies your impending cuddle. And with that, you have
Wouldn't hug you with his arms, and he points to Reed.
See, that would be sexual misconduct of the workplace because he's my boss.
Yeah, he's already signed a
That wasn't our
Intimate
terms
deal.
Yeah.
Can I have one of those?
I left them back.
A no touching order.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Arcos.
Yeah.
We have news. Ripple, read it to him.
We're invited to Lady Wachter's for dinner.
Oh yeah, that was the guy we followed in the yeah.
Yeah.
I think
We
we
talked to her
going to be
sons.
good enough to come with us. I thought she was going to puke there for a bit. We got a bucket.
Orvan?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe she won't be any good to come with us. We have to leave her here. We can bring her takeaways.
We can bring a bee dolphin bag.
We could.
Yeah, her sons were, the guy that we chased. He delivered the letter,
Yeah.
and then
And was
walked down the street, and then like scolded her sons, and then I was like, oh, it's her sons. Well, we don't know where she lives, so we may as well ask, And then they just were like
very drunk.
freely talking about it, which is kind of weird, because the original dude kind of seemed like mysterious about it, but then like it's just weird. But he seemed upset that we were invited, which is again weird.
People get a little bit dumb when they're drunk sometimes. Man,
Well, yeah,
I
but
miss
he
day
just
drinking.
I think he has mommy issues. But
Mm.
he's definitely like, he gives me the like spoiled rich kid who doesn't appreciate his parents kind of thing. But
I mean, considering the shit that goes on in this place, mommy issues is probably, pretty alright.
yeah, I mean,
Well, what do we do until then? I mean, can't go to dinner at whatever the fuck time this is. And he looks out the window.
We could always
It's
go.
mid-morning, so you got heaps of time to kill.
wait, isn't
We
there like a
go to the-
lake right by nearby here?
Baron's
There
house.
is.
Do you want to try
We could-
sailing your boat?
I was just gonna say, we could just go
But
test out the
It's
boat.
near here, but it's a distance. It's a good walking distance from the eastern gate.
Or we could go and check out Baron's house.
I mean, yeah. Do we want to be going snooping around the Baron's house and then show up at Lady Wachter's, and then people are like, huh, they were there and now they're going. We don't want to like give the wrong vibes. I mean, that would
think
kind of look
Thinking
suspicious.
about it entirely too much.
Well, we could just kind of go and make sure that they're okay, because the bells were ringing.
I mean, I think that was a good thing though. That just says they're alive.
Hmm.
Like they said in the church, like that was their telling us that they're still good, and that was us, like it
True.
was the communication that was, they're normal. Like
Very
if there's a toll from the bell from the church, the mayor's house returns. If everything's okay for them, they're safe.
What should we do for the day then?
I'm just worried about going to the Baron's place because either we aren't invited or we could end up offending, getting on the wrong side of,
And if I have to see that guy again, I don't know if I can handle myself.
This
You
is
have to
also
sneak.
true.
and then
I
it's really
can't
dodgy.
stand him.
Yeah.
We could, but I mean, it's a bit strange, isn't it, to go knock on the door of a noble?
I mean, I wasn't thinking of knocking on his door. But you're right. And I mean, these two are not exactly like the sneaky type.
Well, at least we wouldn't have
Well,
Orvan with us.
I look at Jarek and Red and I'm like, no, they're not really, are they?
Arcos does not clarify who he's talking about.
When am I not
Ooh.
sneaky? Wait, what?
Mm.
I just immediately think me because
Yeah, cast your
I
mind
trip over
back
and
to the
fucking
other night at the
tumbling.
coffin makers.
Yes.
Anyway,
Are we talking
I
about
guess
this?
that's a bad idea then. And I mean, we have to stay in town until Orvan's better, so
Yeah, we do.
I suppose stirring up too much trouble is.
I'll go and check on her and see how she is.
I mean, we could go see the guy who gave me the book. Man, I'm terrible with names.
Oh.
You know, he told you
Rick-
his name in his disguise is
Rictavio.
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 Rictavio the Magnificent.
Oh, because he's
Yeah.
in that really colourful.
I'd love to see
Yeah.
this tiger he spoke of. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, his book's pretty good. I like his drawings are great.
Told you he was a drawing guy.
Yeah. What? No, they're just really good. Like, see?
Well, I get it. You like books and star maps and map. I get it. It's a
I mean, the
pirate thing,
words
right?
are good too. Like,
If you like, I can
makes
read it to you.
sense. No, I'm good. Like, you've got your book to read, and like you can only read so much, you know. So.
I mean, that's half of his like life is reading.
Yeah.
You
Don't
realize
put
that,
yourself
right?
out on my account. It's fine.
He's kind of like put himself to reading as like part of his life.
I mean, you massage my shoulders, I read your book to you, so
Right. Well, it's time to go.
Should I go downstairs and ask if they have scented candles?
I feel like we're disturbing Orvan. She's very sick.
As you hear the sound of retching coming from the room. No, she's not. She's not that sick. She's just having a sleepy sleep. An elongated dream.
Right. Let's go. Before this
Where are
gets
we
any more uncomfortable for me.
Wait,
So where are we going?
Where are we going?
I don't know, but I'm following.
We're going to the water.
Rictavio's.
We're gonna
No,
go.
Yeah,
I'm not-
that guy.
You don't know
that
where
guy.
Rictavio is because you saw him leave the inn this morning, and you have no idea where he went.
Didn't he have a wagon?
Well, I mean, we could
We'll go
just
You
check
know
the
where his,
we
wagon.
can
you know
just
where
go
his
check the
wagon
wagon.
is, yeah, or where
Yeah.
his stalls are. Yeah, you can go to Arcos, Arcos, I think it's called Stockyards.
Stockyard or what? Yeah.
Let me find my notes here.
Anywhere
Isn't that
is
near the
better
East
than
Gate?
right here,
No,
right
it's
now.
near the northern gate. The
No, I think the
yeah.
one we entered in.
Yep, the one once you come to Arcos Stockyard. So, yo, Clams, what's up? So as you leave the inn, you leave your boat there. Or you take it with you.
I'll leave my boat with Orvan.
Okay. So you can lock your guys' rooms. So you can leave it in your room if you wish. You guys only ones have access to those rooms at this point, so they are lockable.
Yeah.
So you leave that there. You head out into Valaki. It takes you about 45 minutes to an hour to get across town to the other side of town to the northern gate and to the stockyard. So as I said, it's almost like a storage yard more than a stockyard. It's this large stockyard, several locked sheds along its periphery, and lies adjacent to a roomy warehouse, it seems. Wooden sign above the front gate reads Arcos Stockyard. Parked at the south end of the stockyard is a sturdy carnival wagon. Colourful paints peeling off, faded lettering on its side spells the words Rictavio's Carnival of Wonders. And you can see the back of this colourful wagon, and you can see the large, heavy padlock secures its rear door.
I'm gonna go with maybe he's not home.
I mean, we could knock.
Yeah. I mean,
Do you-
if we hear a growl, then
I mean,
we don't continue.
Could knock, but who padlocks themselves in with the padlock on the outside?
Well,
I'm
maybe
gonna
it's got
say
another
this
way to get
quietly.
out.
Somebody who doesn't want to be known that they're inside.
So are you like standing at the front of the stockyard talking to us, or are you walking into the stockyard? Sort of give me some idea of what sort of where you
Walking
guys
into
are
the
at.
stockyard, I'd say, because we'd have to be close
So
to
you are
the.
you're walking to
yeah.
approach it. Okay.
Yeah.
As you do so, a middle-aged man, quite again barrel-chested, sort of shaggy, greying hair, comes out of one of the side buildings and spies you and starts walking over towards you. Morning. Can I help you?
Looking for
Rictavio.
Rictavio.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh, he came in this morning and been left again.
Ah, so he's not home.
Well, he doesn't live here. He stays at the inn. We
Yeah.
just
I
we know that.
he stores his wagon here for his circus, and he does the whole air quotes thing.
Any
Oh,
idea
I
which
think
way he
Have a
went?
look and see. Yeah, which way
Out
did
the
you go?
gate.
Out the gate.
One you just
Left
came.
or
The one you
right?
just came through. I'm not his.
What's
I'm
your
not his
name?
keeper. I just
What's your name?
he pays me to store. Gunther Arasek. This is my yard.
Absolutely didn't hear that correctly. I'm hoping you said Gunther.
That's what I said.
That's what I
Okay,
thought
You.
too.
Yes, I said Gunther. Okay.
He's a real
Goofy fucker, huh?
Funny, your
Sorry.
accent doesn't sound Australian.
No, no, not quite. Oh, cool. Nice to meet you. Just
What do
if
you want?
will- we're just looking. We were looking for Rictavio, but if he's gone, we'll go.
I mean, isn't it obvious?
No,
Okay.
that's why I asked you, dumb shit.
We want Rictavio.
You mean Rick Tavio, and he's
Yeah,
not
that guy.
here. I said he left. Oh,
Oh,
you're hard of
why'd
hearing
you
as
ask?
well.
He's a bit dim.
He's a bit.
So-
Oh, you beat me to it.
Well,
I'm
unless
small.
you're here to for storage and business, I got things to do. So would you mind kindly fucking off?
Sweet. See ya. Nice to meet you, ish. I think.
In which direction should I thrust?
That way. And he points back to the gate.
Ripple grabs hold of Fred by the shoulder and drags him out
And
the
it's
gate
at
with
that time, all of you, like, you all instinctively turn towards the sound. Even Gunther turns as a large thud. The sound of cracking timber can be heard from this colourful wagon.
And we go.
Never get used to that. And he just turns with his, he's got a bucket of something in his hand. He just turns and starts walking away.
I'm picking that's the cat. Let's go.
I mean, you can talk to them, right? Looking at Reed.
Wait, talk to. I mean, small animals.
Yeah, I get
mean-
the feeling
I
a
mean,
tiger's
mate-
not a small animal.
Yeah.
I don't even have that on my character sheet anymore. It always disappears on me. Or is that no? That's in spell. No, it's not. I don't even know where that is anymore.
Look, the guy gave
not
us a
under my
book. I don't want to
features.
fuck around with
Yeah, I
his
think your
tiger.
features have changed up. We know you have it, so
Yeah,
we're not. I'm
I
not
think
too
it's
worried
small
about it.
animals though. It's
Yeah,
like
it is.
birds, squirrels, foxes.
It was,
that
yeah,
kind
we
of
did
stuff.
it did have it under your features because of your goblin heritage.
Oh, it's or for my gnome.
You know Miss Heritage, sorry, yeah.
Just
Weird.
assume goblin because you're unsightly.
Fuck off.
I mean, you're hanging around with a dude with tentacles. Come on,
I just work for him. I mean, what the money is, I go.
if you work it for him, that's fine. I'm not here to judge.
Yeah, but you're also working with them.
You're stuck with me.
I'm not getting paid enough. Let's
Are
get
we
out of here
homeless?
before we piss off
Yeah, I think it
anyone
was
else in
Gnomish,
town.
Gnomish,
Yeah, it's the
Gnomish
Gnomish.
lineage. Was it the forest one?
Yeah.
Yes, it was. So yeah, so you have because you know minor illusion and you can speak with animals, and it's not small animals.
I think it was just
But I think we made
think
it
I
small
just got-
animals.
it was just speak. It was just to like speak with like small animals.
Yeah.
And
I
I,
think we
don't
made-
have
I think-
minor illusion.
Yeah, I think we made that caveat. So I put the Gnomish lineage under your
Yeah,
features.
Because I'm only half.
Yeah, and I will give you minor illusion as well. Now that I'm thinking about it. So you'll be able to cast that once per day, I will say. Minor illusion. Once per long rest.
No.
Okay.
But you won't actually be able to click it and cast it because it's you don't have spell slots. But we know you have it.
Right.
You can cast it once per day.
Where else in town would he be? I mean, surely he didn't go back to his room.
I mean,
You also understand that he is hunting a vampire as well, and looking at, like, knowing what's in his book, he could be anywhere. He could be anywhere in Barovia, investigating, doing what he's doing to get information.
He did say he had an apprentice or an assistant.
He did.
I forget. Esmeralda.
Indeed.
Does that ring a bell? Does anyone know an Esmeralda?
wasn't that the
Name-
old lady in the church?
The
Yes.
old lady whose name was Esmeralda, yes.
In the church, yeah. Is it the same one? I'm picking it.
Well, you don't know.
Apprenticeship at that age? That's crazy.
Hey, we can always go and ask.
Yeah, I guess we could.
You want to head to the church then?
Yeah.
Okay, heading
Let's go.
back to the church. It's going to take you a little while to get there because it's clear on the opposite side of town. But easily enough done. You make it to the church. Church doors are open, as they should be. And you find Esmeralda in what would have been Father Petrich's room. And yeah,
Hello again.
greetings, welcome.
Esmeralda?
Yes, that is my name. And you
That's
are
a prob-
Arcos.
Yeah.
Pleasure to meet you again.
I imagine Esmeralda's probably a pretty common name in these parts.
It is, yes. We've many, even in my family alone, we have at least 3.
And you're not perhaps moonlighting as a apprentice for a dude who runs a circus.
She gives you a very confused look.
I know, old question, but we're looking for Rictavio, and he said that he had... I can't remember if it's an apprentice or an assistant. It's probably an assistant. He said her name was Esmeralda, and you're
And
the only Esmeralda
you
we know.
automatically assumed it was me.
Well, we only know one.
I'm flattered and a little bit confused as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, I thought it was a
But I have
long shot.
met another Esmeralda, someone that is not from here, so perhaps that is who you were speaking of. She was
Oh.
here a couple, 3-4 days ago, before the attack. She does often come to Valaki for supplies. I believe, if I remember correctly, she was camping near Lake Baratok, to the west.
Well, I guess we won't take up any more of your time unless you got any religious questions or anything, guys. I feel bad. I feel like we're wasted this lady's time.
Oh, we could always ask if she needs a hand with anything for, I don't know. Do you need help with anything today, Esmeralda?
No, not much to do today. We honestly had not had a death to see just today. No one to bury, no graves to dig. I'm just going through Father Petrovich's belongings and packing a few things up. Organizing his space so that until we find permanent replacement. I'm not a priest after all. I'm somewhat spiritual and people look to me for guidance and support. I'm happy
And
to offer for now.
How are you coping with Father Petrovich's death? Were you too close?
Not particularly, no.
Okay.
But it's
so
hit
that's-
many people in this town.
Yeah.
He was
Okay.
a good man.
Huh. Well, that's hopefully he's
Although
at
I
peace
must
now.
say, we have had a couple of one or two odd things happened last evening.
Ooh.
Perhaps you could look into it.
Oh, do tell.
You remember the gentleman that was brought to the church? I believe you aided him here. And he went missing,
Yes.
supposedly.
Yeah.
One of the young gravediggers said to me this morning that he swore he saw that man late last night, sort of hovering around the graveyard.
As in around the graveyard or above the graveyard?
Not hovering literally,
Oh,
more
okay.
figuratively. He was sort of just seen around, not really doing anything, but he sort of lingered where... I mean, it is not odd to see people in the graveyard paying respects to loved ones, but
That,
this
I guess,
man
later.
obviously was missing, and
Yeah.
it seems odd that he would turn up in the graveyard and not tell anyone.
Huh. Okay.
We assumed he may have gone back to Berescar, because that is apparently where he is from.
Did he look okay?
It was dark, and Milyov was not sure if it was him or not, but it did look strikingly familiar.
All right. Well, thank you for letting us know about that.
I'd say just if you happen to get information or you want to
We'll
look
let you
into
know.
this, then this probably would put other people's mind at rest.
No problem. We'll do that for you. She's looking at everybody else, kind of. Yes, we'll do that for you. That's fine. And we can help with that, I'm sure.
I mean, I'm guessing he's probably not still lingering around the graveyard, and that probably happened at night, so...
Worth checking to see if anything in the graveyard was disturbed, however.
Yeah, I reckon. I think so. There. Is it? Oh, no, we're not in Crest. This isn't the Abbey in Crest, is it?
No.
I'm having a moment of.
This is Valaki.
This is Valaki. Yeah. No, that's okay.
Yes, this
And
is
there's
Valaki, yes.
There's no scarecrows in this graveyard.
No, this is not. You know that graveyard, or that particular place, would be the Abbey above Kresk.
Yes. No, that's all right. I was getting my places mixed up. No, that's cool. We should go and have a look in the graveyard, see if anything was disturbed.
Deserved.
Disturbed. Was he near
Yeah.
any particular grave?
No, she said she wasn't. That's all he
Just-
told her, that he was just
hovering
around. It was just there.
Okay. Well, we'll go and have a look and see if anything. We can dig anything up.
The poor choice of words.
Very fortunate.
See what we see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, we got nothing else to do. We kind of...
Exactly.
Yeah. So by this time you're looking around lunchtime-ish. We're not going to stop and do the whole lunch RP. You guys will stop to eat and drink as and when you need to. So you're heading from the church out into the churchyard itself, and it's a sizable churchyard. It's not a small graveyard. It's not like you look at it like a small graveyard like where we live. It might cover a few hundred square feet. We're talking it's sizable. We're talking a city-sized graveyard. I mean, Valaki's not huge, but it's not small either. The graveyard does cover a little bit of ground. So what we're going to do is we're going to start at one end. You're going to move your way through the graveyard, and we're going to get a series of investigation checks. And the DC will be it'll be scaled on how many, sort of an average of all of your rolls, to see what if anything you notice initially. And once you do maybe find something, we'll probably go into a survival if you're looking at following tracks or anything like that. So we'll get into the graveyard and we'll get everyone to make an investigation roll first and foremost, to see if they can find anything in this first section of the graveyard. Not bad rolls, except for that one, which is a natural 1 from Arcos. Holy crap, dude. You're not on a good roll this evening. So that natural 1 does bring your average down somewhat. unfortunately, team. Still good enough to notice that obviously you can see where the funeral pyre from the previous evening, it's still kind of smoldering. It's only been like overnight, so there is that smell of burnt wood, charcoal, and even burnt flesh still hangs in the air a little bit. So with that being said, you do see around the edges of the funeral pyre there is footprints in charcoal, like people have walked up to it, and you can see even fresh flowers have been thrown into the pyre itself, even though it's now almost completely burnt out. No worries, Grim. So that first section, you spend probably about 30-40 minutes just looking around, looking for anything that sort of stands out. I'd say with that, your average is going to be about 12 or 13. So you do notice a few footprints around the pyre. You notice a couple of old, like a few towards this part of the graveyard. There's a few of the older headstones and a couple of older crypts. The crypts gates look intact, rusted but intact. Nothing sort of really stands out in this section of the graveyard. Is there anything you wanted to discuss before moving forward into the next section?
Not really much that we're seeing here.
You move into the next section, start looking around once again. The section, you can sort of see that as the graveyard has expanded, the graves themselves and the mausoleums and gravestones and headstones start to get newer looking. There's no real dates on any of the headstones here. They just, towards the church itself, they look a lot older. Obviously, they were the first graves to be made here. And as they've expanded, it sort of gets newer and newer towards they get to the back. Where they had the funeral pyre is almost a cleared section. You almost get the impression that this section has been left clear for this very reason, that they can have this ritualistic burning of the bodies on occasion if is such warranted. But for the most part, looks like burial seems to be the way they do things here. The funeral pyre was an exception because of the nature of probably why or how these people died during the vampire attack. You move into the next section, so we'll get investigation checks for the next section, please. Another investigation, Grim. It's better, not much better, but better. I mean, with the 21, 18, 17, and you're above 10, so that's fine. The average is around about that sort of 12, 13, 14 mark again. You move into the second section, which is the next oldest section of the cemetery. And with an average of about 13 or 14, you notice, say you don't all notice it at once. Sort of one by one, you sort of all end up at this one mausoleum. It's not really mausoleum, it doesn't go underground. It's like a tomb, gates on it, and you can see inside it looks like maybe a family mausoleum. And chain on it looks like it's been busted, and the gate is pulled open. Now, does any of you remember the name of the gentleman that you took to the... Did someone take notes, is the question. I don't know if I gave you his name, if I'm remembering correctly.
I think we did ask him, or did ask someone after.
Yeah, I can't
remember. In the
remember.
bar. When they were all, I think it was Erwin told us.
I think you might be
Or
right.
it was in the bar that night. Somebody told us, a guard or somebody.
Yeah, I can't remember whether I wrote it down, to be fair.
I didn't.
I've got Milioth, which is not.
That's the gravedigger.
Strasvoya, which is Wachter's spy.
Yeah. Well, that's Enrst. Larnak.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his actual name. I think elderly woman uncovered Dimitri's terrible secret. No, that was that one.
What night was it that we found that this happened? I'm just trying to think.
2 nights prior. So
This was the day before the
day
day
of the festival.
attack.
Yeah, you got the festival of the sun. Blah blah blah. Next morning. I don't think he
It was
gave.
just the guy we helped.
I don't think I gave you his name.
I've got Kazan, but I don't know what that.
That was the mage, possibly
That
for
was
the tower.
that was the Mage's Tower name. Yeah, just literally said here, returning from, and people said that what you overheard was he was obsessed with some noblewoman from Beerskara heard. That was the
Isaac.
That was the bodyguard.
that was the bodyguard. That's what he was named. Blah 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 blah. No, I don't think I gave you his name.
I don't think he did.
I can't. I've got Laszlo Ehrlich, but he's the Burgermeister of Breeze.
Yes. So no, I did not give you his name.
No,
That works out
you did
quite
not.
well.
Okay.
But in this mausoleum, anyway, do you go and investigate?
Yes.
And the reason I asked if I gave his name because that you would probably recognise the name, but you won't because I didn't give it to you.
Yeah,
But
no,
yes,
yes.
100%.
The names that are etched on these 4 name plaques in this particular mausoleum. The family name is Antonovich, so Antonovich. There is 2 female names, Alana Antonovich and Carla, K-A-L-O, for that one, and 1 male, which is Hans Antonovich. Looking at the lock, or looking at the chain and padlock, it looks like it has been broken, not cut. It's like it's been broken by force. And there are, like, as you sort of stand, you notice that first. You step inside, and you can see the heavy dusting. Like this place hasn't been entered into for a long time, and then you can see what would be fresh footprints, barefoot, not shod. They're some human, but bare feet, and it seemed to sort of walk in and stand in front of Alana and Antanovich's plaque for some time, or that's where it stood, and you can see it turn, you can see the sweeping turn in the dust, and then tracking back out of the mausoleum.
Okay. So obviously he had a thing for Alana.
Do the tombs look disturbed at all?
Roll a perception check for me.
I know there's
Full
dust,
house or
so-
just?
Well, if you all want to have it's not obvious what is to be seen, but if you're wanting to have a bit of a look around,
I see tombs.
yeah, under 10, you're not really seeing a whole lot. So, Jarek with a natural 1.
It's a second natural 1 perception so far tonight.
Holy shit. Natural 1s all round tonight, guys. A couple of natural 20s as well, but mostly a lot of natty 1s.
Oh, we had 2 natural 20s to start,
I know.
and then everything since has just been.
So, Reed and Arcos, you would notice that the plaque has been jimmied. And there's definitely some damage there, but it's in place. But there you can see scrapes, like something's been jammed in behind it to maybe pry it off or pry it open.
Just the plaque or the lid?
There's no lids. It's you know how you walk into a museum, you got
Yeah,
name
yeah, I know.
plaques, and the coffin would be inside.
They're just trying to, trying to remove the.
So the name plaque
name.
is quite large. It's a metal plate. You get the impression, like, because the way the plate's been crafted and the way the name's been engraved in it, removing this particular plaque would give you access to the body inside.
Is this like a large? This is a fairly large plaque.
Yes. But you've not seen. I mean, you've seen coffins at the coffin maker. These mausoleums, there may not be a coffin in there, maybe just to be a body interred and sealed behind this plaque. That's kind of the impression you get. It could be a coffin too, you're not sure. But there's definite signs
big enough to use the glaive to open?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Not like a knife.
It would take either a crowbar or a spade or
like
some
large
some
leveraging tool.
Funnily enough, with those perception checks, you would see a pry bar type tool lying on the crypt floor at your feet.
I'm gonna look at Arcos. I mean, they opened it. Should I try? I mean, if they took a body, we should know.
I mean,
not to disturb the dead, but it's better to know what they were here for than to...
You think they went to the trouble of putting the plaque back?
Yeah. I mean, if they're trying to hide something, why not hide it well?
I mean, it's pretty obvious they tried to...
Yeah, but you can't really remove the damage done. But you can put it back. I mean, it's pretty obvious if it's just sitting there. Somebody could peek in and be like, oh, yep, they opened it.
Yeah, alright. And he picks up the crowbar and...
No need for a strength roll. It's obvious that this plaque or plate has been removed. As you give it a bit of leverage, bit of force, and the plaque slides forward. So you can see that this plate has been made to insert into this, and it was probably cemented in at some point. But that cement has gone brittle over years of time and was able to be broken free. So as it sort of slots forward, you can see it's got like an inch and a half of metal inside, which would have been slotted inside a hole. You're going to have to lift it down. You're strong enough, even without a roll, to be able to lift that metal plaque out. You set it down on the ground, and you peer inside. You get a little bit of light from outside. You may need to light a torch to get a clearer view. But there's definitely, the body is still in there. It's not in a coffin. You can see the bones. It looks like it might have been disturbed. Kind of hard to see without a light source.
Damn it, where is Orva when you need her?
I mean, we got... He lights a torch. He's like, yeah.
Now with the torch lit, you can see fairly clearly into the space. The right hand of this corpse is missing. You can see that it's freshly snapped off at the wrist.
What? Like, why would you take somebody's right hand?
What day of the week is it now?
Again, you're sort of looking in there, and then you notice it. You sort of catches out of corner. It's still in there, but it's down to the side a bit. And as you sort of, do you reach in at all physically, or are you just looking at this point?
I guess I'd kind of look at Arcos and be like raise an eyebrow, like questioning. Should I look? Should I grab it? Like,
I mean, I'm already pretty cursed with dead shit, so if anyone's gonna grab it, I mean, who takes the fucking hand? What is this shit?
It's there.
The hand's still there.
Like, what are they doing with?
But it's been freshly broken off, and it's sitting sort of down to the side, down the side of the corpse.
I didn't take the hand away.
Does it look like it would have been holding on to anything?
Hard to say.
Does it have that shape?
Really hard to say. Yeah. Without investigating further, it's hard to say exactly what's going on here.
All right, I'll grab the hand.
You reach in, you grab the hand, you grab the skeletal hand. It's fairly brittle, not too bad. And as you pull it out into the light and see it a bit more closely, you can see that There would have been rings on at least 2 of the fingers here. You can see, even though the skin and that is clearly long gone, where the rings were, there was a definite mark being left on the bone. Someone has removed jewelry from this person. At least a ring, maybe 2.
Grave robbing?
robbers.
Makes me wonder what kind of rings they might have been. What the significance, perhaps.
Well, they weren't wedding rings. That's for sure.
I mean, it feels like it
It's
was
wrong
someone
hand.
who knew the woman because they knew that she had something valuable.
But why? Like, are they poor?
Who? I can't remember the guy's name.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Just
What was whose name?
The one that we're, looking for.
You don't know. That's the thing.
We don't know.
yeah,
Oh, that's okay.
You
No,
don't
we
know
don't know.
his name.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
we just
So if you ask that in
I'll
game, I'm like, I don't think we ever got it.
No.
If makes me wonder if maybe he was part of this family.
Which family member was this, though?
This was
Was this
Alana.
Hans?
No,
Alana.
No, it's
It's fucking
Alana.
Alana.
The nameplate
God
is
damn
Alana. Hans is on the other side.
you can check if he's still got both his hands.
I'm so going to have to hit you guys with the freaking
Would be handy to
Punisher
know.
again soon, I think.
Oh, boy.
no.
Christmas or-
The pun puncher.
The Punisher.
And then
Yes.
I'm gonna put the hand back and try and put it as close to where it should be
Okay.
as I can.
You do so without
Anybody
too
know
many
mending?
hassle. It's odd. Like it definitely has all the hallmarks of a grave robber, but why put the plaque back? Why if you just hit a rob a grave, why place that back? Why not just leave it?
I'm gonna. That would be a sign that somebody perhaps has a bit of respect for that person. Maybe was close to them. I sound like I know what I'm talking about. Ripple hasn't got a fucking clue.
I mean, Ripple's not stupid. You've got a reasonable
No.
intelligence, so that would be feasible.
And if I was visiting somebody that I wanted, I would try and make them look as good as possible, I guess. Not that I'd be ripping their arms off.
So by this time, you're heading into sort of early to mid-afternoon. You've been here for a couple of hours, sort of searching, looking around and stuff. And obviously now you've found this. You spent a little bit of time here. You've got maybe 3 or 4 hours of sunlight left before the sun goes down, and you have a dinner appointment to keep. You do, as you're sort of milling around, if you do leave the crypt here, you will notice Miliov sort of milling around, cleaning up some of the older graveyards and trimming, like keeping the grass at bay and things like that. If you wanted to talk to him, because he was the one that saw this person.
Absolutely.
Hey, Miliov.
He sees you, Arcos. You call out to him. Instant look of guilt on his face, like he's still feeling really guilty for what his part in the bones, and the interactions you guys had was not exactly polite per se. It was a little hostile, so he's a little bit standoffish, but he does come over, so he won't look you in the eye so much. Yes. Hello. Again.
So, Esmeralda told me that you saw maybe the guy we brought in the other night before things
Oh,
went to shit. Not to bring up bad memories.
Yes,
but
think it was him. It looked familiar. It was hard to see. It was dark, but he was hanging around here with us somewhat.
that's what I was thinking. We've just so it's like, see here where plaque has been removed.
Oh. I did not know this man. And from what from Father Petrovich, from what I understand, he was quite unconscious the whole time until everything went south. And but he said last evening I saw him. It was late after dinner. I came back to help Esmeralda finish up and close up the church for the evening, and just happened to see a man walking around, so I came to investigate. And I saw him sort of in this area, but by the time I got here, he was gone, and I could not see which direction he went.
Are you familiar with this family at all?
I've heard of Antonovich, but I'm sorry, before my time. This is this is older part of Cemetery, older families. I'm not even sure any of the Antonoviches still live in Vallaki. You might want to. You could probably ask the Baron. He will have knowledge of families still living here, and where they may have gone if they do not. His family has been in control of Vallaki for a generation or two.
Right.
I'm sorry, I cannot be more help.
No, that's a start at least. We not sure of the man's name. I wonder if Esmeralda would have. Anyway,
I don't know if anyone knew him. He was not from here. From what I heard.
Esmeralda probably would have told us if she'd known.
well, we didn't ask.
Yeah, well, she wasn't there when he was brought to the church either.
True.
He came so that she was there once the attack happened.
I mean, he did speak out during the festival, so it did seem like maybe he wasn't from around here.
You definitely get that impression that someone that was from Vallaki would probably have kept their mouth shut and not said anything.
Anyway, thank you for your assistance, and I guess we'll move on. There's not really much else to do here.
Okay, thank you very much. And he's still very sort of timid around you guys as well. And he makes his way back to what he was doing, cleaning up a few of the older graves.
Question.
Yes.
When the guy stood up, he did say something about the dolls, didn't he?
When he said his piece, let's see how much you actually remember. Let's make this a dice roll.
Okay.
So I go back to festival. There we go. So roll a history check.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's great.
You don't remember much of what he said, in fact.
Well, shit. That's all I can remember. There's something about. Can't remember if that's exactly what he said or if we heard that later.
If anyone else wants to try and recall based on what Reed is saying, you may roll a history check as well.
Yeah, I would.
Hey, there's a good
There's
roll.
a good
I
roll.
see.
You saved me.
26 from Jurek. Ripple doesn't remember much.
No.
Oh boy, Arcos.
Arcos doesn't remember that much either, but
I don't remember shit.
Jurek's memory is good for these things. What he said was, well, what happened in that moment is suddenly the sound of laughter is heard. Gasps from the crowd, and a man yells, "Your festivals are lies. Vallaki rots while Berescar rises under her rule." And then
we heard.
And then in
later.
the end, later on, this was talking about Isaac, not the Baron, but what you heard is he's obsessed with some nobleman from Berescar. I heard he orders dolls, same face over and over. So the man that was taken to the church and was later found to be missing, what he said, and the only thing he said, was your festivals are lies, Vallaki rots while Berescar rises under her rule.
That almost makes me want to like think that he's from there and he's being prideful, but like at the same time you don't know. I mean, it could be a good lead. I mean, we know the mayor, the baron there. Baroness.
Yes, you do know
So
the Burgermeister of Berescar, Irina.
yes. So I feel like if anybody were going to know if he's from there, that would, I mean, it's not that far. I mean, it is, but
It's
isn't.
a couple of 3 days travel.
I mean, that's not something to like immediately do, but if we're gonna go see Strahd at some point,
would definitely
then
be on the
maybe
way.
a detour on, go to Strahd on the way back, detour off.
Well, you know that Castle Ravenloft overlooks Berescar
right.
on the cliff top, so it is relatively
Yeah.
close. Yes.
Featherfall, anyone? Take a little float down.
So, what are we doing, team?
I say we go back
That's
to our
my
room
piece.
and at least leave a note for Ulvan to let her
Yeah.
know where we've gone.
Yeah.
And then get
Just in
ready
case
to go
she's
for dinner.
But
Yeah, we might want to spruce up a little bit.
Yes,
Yeah.
that would probably.
I mean, I
be
don't think I've
wise.
taken a bath in like 2 days, so
You're
Yeah.
starting to be a little bit whiffy.
yeah.
So
Find
with
some
that,
fresh
you
money.
head back to the inn. You bathe, you clean yourselves up, get yourselves organised, and as the day starts to draw in, heading closer towards sort of dinner time, you make your way northwestish into Lady Wachter's house. And the brothers were right. It's the largest house on this road. It's not hard to miss. Although, as you approach this, the house seems disgusted with itself. Slouching roof hangs heavy over furrowed gables. Moss-covered walls sag and bulge under the weight of vegetation. As you study the house's sort of sullen look, you hear the edifice actually groan. The timbers shift and sort of groan under their own weight. And you sort of look at it and you think, my God, for a noble house, this house actually looks like shit. It really looks bad. You approach. You knock on the front door. And you are met with a older woman. And I've got to find her name in my notes. Where are we? Give me a moment. Does have servants. Not going to give you a name, it's just a servant. As you walk in the front area, it's basic vestibule of the house. It's it opens to a narrow area. 3 stained glass doors and a wooden frame sort of lead from it. Quite ornate wooden frames. Again, the interior of the house definitely has a better look than the exterior. The servant doesn't really speak to you. She just nods as you come in, offering the letter as your invitation, and she waves you through. She leads you into the next area, which is basically a stairwell, and then leads you left through another door into a larger area, which looks to be a dining area. But I remember we are. Let's find my maps here, so I can see where I'm at on a map. Village of Villaki. house. Yes, so you're in the first area there. Let's get my notes. Get my notes. The dining room is connected to a small parlour as well. So to the north of the room is a small parlour, several couches laid around, a large fireplace. And you... Where is my parlour? Here it is. 3 elegant couches. There's an oval table made of black glass set in the centre. In front of that, you've got a hearth which is loaded with wood and is blazing hot. Nice. The house is warm, especially in the coldness that this place seems to bring in the evenings. Above that is a portrait of a smirking noblewoman sporting a broken nose, or nobleman, sorry, with a broken nose and a tangle of hair graying at his temples. Several smaller portraits hang on the north wall. So you're not sure who this gentleman is. You would assume maybe the lord of the house. You've not heard of a Lord Wachter, but you would assume this picture would kind of either that, or it might be Lady Wachter's father, perhaps. The other portraits, you can see a portrait of Lady Wachter herself. You have, I don't know if you got, actually you may not know, I don't think you've seen her. But you do notice her sons, and there is a younger woman in some of these photos as well. In the dining room, you get an ornate dining table which stretches almost the entire length of the room. Crystal chandelier hanging above. Silverware is laid out, but it seems somewhat tarnished. The dishes are chipped. They're all quite elegant still, but definitely have seen a lot of use. 8 chairs surround the table with their backs adorned with sculpted elk horns, and arched windows made of latticework and iron and glass look out onto a small fog-swept estate behind the house. Eventually, Lady Wachter herself moves into the room, comes in through another door, and as I said, now you can see that one of those portraits is definitely her. She's an older woman. There's a very narrow, long face, graying hair tied up in a hard bun. She's wearing a dark dress with lace around the collar. There's a very steeled and stern look across her face. Doesn't really soften as she takes a seat and then waves you all to take a seat with her on the couches in front of the fire. Do you sit? Do you stand?
I'll take a seat.
Yeah, take a seat.
It's a pleasure to finally meet you, Lady Wachter.
Pull up an ottoman. Prop my feet up.
There is no
The Ottoman
Ottoman.
Empire.
There is no
Damn.
Ottomans.
I got short legs. They probably don't even hang
no,
off
they probably
yet.
don't.
That's a different Dracula story.
So she sits here and doesn't say anything immediately, sort of scans the 4 of you, and then she finally sort of speaks. And what you would expect again is that real, she looks that way, Slavic, you'd expect that kind of accent, but instead you get a very proper, sort of more English accent than the Slavic. I bid you welcome to my home. I'm glad you accepted my invitation. Enrst assures me that you are quite skilled, and I believe you may aid us in our endeavors, if you so wish, of course. I do not wish to burden you with something that you may not wish to do, but rumors, whispers come to me, and I believe our goals are somewhat aligned. You have no love for the Baron and his incessant ways, and of course his butcher, Strasny. I'm wondering if perhaps we might come to an agreement which would see him overthrown as the Baron of Vistani.
That's possible. I mean, certainly would like to hear you out. It's, as you say, our opinions align somewhat.
I understand, of course, that you are foreigners to our lands, and things here may seem odd to you. I'm not sure how it is that you are here, but I do not look a gift horse in the mouth, so to speak. So, firstly, shall we dine? Not polite to negotiate on empty stomach.
Sounds agreeable.
Please. Take a seat.
One of our number aren't here, so apologies for that. She's a bit under the weather.
I am saddened to hear this, but I hope that you pass on the offer and you all think it over and come to an agreement or not. I will harbor no ill will if you decide not to help. But as long as you maintain your disdain for the Baron, we'll have no recourse to be enemies. As she says that, you can see she's, again, very stern. Even though she's polite, she has that real sort of, almost like a headmistress look about her. Very stern.
She kind of
very...
reminds me of the witch or the queen from Narnia.
So yeah, she has that kind of feel about her.
Kind of like
really,
that. Yeah.
She has a real cold sort of disposition, but she's polite. But you can you can hear that sort of undertone
when she's being
of
nice.
Yeah, it's a real undertone of coldness and disdain.
She's like, don't do me wrong or I'll fuck you up, kind of.
Pretty much.
And I'm being nice to you, so
yeah,
be happy about it.
So she leads you to the dining table. You are seated. She takes a seat at the head of the table, and then after about 10 or so minutes, you hear the noise of male voices, and the door at the other end slams open, and Nikolai and Carl enter the room, obviously drunk, and they take their seat at the table, and you can see immediately Lady Wachter, the moment she lays eyes on her sons, her eyes roll in her head, and she releases, almost without even thinking about it, a heavy sigh as they take their seat at the table. Obviously drunk, like they are liquored up. We meet again, friends. Welcome. Excuse me. Mother, good to see you today. As Nikolai sort of belches loudly, and Lady Wachter shoots him the most evil of looks, and he sort of trying to compose himself. As much as they seem to not really care too much about their appearance or their approach here, there's still some semblance of respect for their mother. Carl hasn't said anything. The younger of the two hasn't said anything. By the looks of it, he probably knows better. So eventually a couple of servants, a younger woman and an older woman, bring food out and that on the table. While it's not restaurant quality, top quality food that you would expect from a noble house, it is good food. A roast pork by the looks of it, vegetables, things like that. There is wine. The wine is not great wine. It is Wizards of the Wine, but it's one of their cheaper brands, not the purple grape mash or anything like that. It's one of the sort of the cheaper ones, but still good wine nonetheless. General dinner conversation doesn't really go anything further than sort of the basics. How's it you found yourselves here in Vistani? You don't, again, how much you give away, and that time is up to you. So she probably will sit there and she won't eat a whole lot. She'll sip on her wine, and she probably will simply ask, so if you don't mind, tell me if I'm intruding or if it's too much to ask, but how is it you found yourselves here in Barovia? the land that we don't often get people from outside here.
Well, we were hunting werewolves for somebody, and we just couldn't find our way back.
Oh, you got lost.
You could say we stumbled upon.
Yeah.
Werewolves,
I
you
think-
say?
Hmm.
We do
Yeah.
have many a wolf. Large wolves, which some would
yes.
mistake for werewolves, I suppose, but
I mean,
werewolves? Really?
we've seen
All sorts.
wolf-like things bigger than Isaac. So,
Interesting.
like,
No one wolf is like another.
it's like
You get the impression that she doesn't believe you about werewolves. Like it seems like it might be for her at least a superstition.
Was it
Um,
werewolves or was it just wolves?
That was
no,
werewolves
we
that you were
were
hunting.
It was
hunting
a werewolf.
werewolves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, so I think
We were hunting a werewolf.
I feel like maybe a former one of our members might have had something to do with us coming here.
Mm.
Well, I mean, as I say, I'm not familiar with such things, but fate has a way of putting people where they should be from time to time. And it seems that you've been brought to Vallaki. And as I said, we have similar, not
I have a
goals,
question.
but similar outlooks, shall we say, on the Baron and the way he runs this town.
Just speaking of the Baron and such, I assume you were at the festival.
No, I was not.
Oh,
I refused to take part in his
I mean, that makes
stupidities. A
That makes
festival
sense.
every
We-
other week, really.
yeah, we were told that there were repercussions, so we attended,
Yes, well,
and there was this peculiar fellow that spoke out.
oh, I heard. And Strasny made his presence known once again. Oh, I did hear
Yeah.
he did act rather violently and cruelly this time.
Yeah,
You could say that.
He is wont to. I mean, he does deal out justice quite quickly. This one was particularly brutal, I'm told.
you wouldn't happen to know who that was.
As I
Would
was
you?
not there, I'm quite certain I do not know who this man was. He was obviously not from here, otherwise he would not have spoke so freely.
What was that
And as
name,
far
you
as
guys?
repercussions for not attending, the Baron would not dare. My family has been in Vallaki for generations, as is his, and we've stood against
Makes
each
sense.
other for as many.
That seems fair.
His betrayal.
Dude, what was that name?
What name?
Ilioff.
No.
Oh, the Baron's
no,
name?
No. The crypt name.
Antonovich.
Antonovich, yeah.
Antonovich.
Yeah.
Does the Antonovich ring a bell?
Well, yes.
Would you-
The
like your
Antonovich
family?
family were quite a well-known family in Vallaki many years ago.
Yeah.
The last of their family died out maybe 100 years ago.
Oh,
I believe
it's a shame.
Hans and his wife Alana were the last of the Antonovich family. And they passed
they-
some time ago now.
Were they like a family of note?
They had allegiances and alliances that were that led them to not have many friends. Yeah. Which is probably why they
do
died
a
out.
trade? Did they do a trade of sorts? So like a business, anything like that?
No, not really. I mean,
Um,
Hans, his father, and his father before him were hunters. like most folk in Vallaki. They were good at it, but it was believed. I mean, you're not from here, so I'm not sure how much information I should give you. We've not yet made a deal either. Don't want to give too much away. How about we talk about the Baron for a moment, and we'll see what else I can give you. The Baron, and she sort of swallows hard and clears her throat a little bit.
As she does that, I reach into my bag and I pull out the bottle of purple mash wine that I grabbed from
Nice.
the winery.
She knows it straight away, and she raises an eyebrow and gives you a nod.
I hold the bottle out as if to offer to pour.
And she claps her hands, and one of the servants comes through and takes the bottle from you. Decorks it, lets it breathe for a few moments, and then pours each of you a glass and as well. Before she says anything else, she waits for the wine, takes a sip of the wine, and you can tell that she's not had it for quite some time. It's obvious that this hat, she is of noble birth. You can sort of see that. She's probably respected, her family is at least, but definitely fallen on hard times, as it looks like the rest of Vallaki has as well. But you can see it in the buildings. Most of this place probably once was a grand city or a grand town, and it's just fallen into a little bit of disrepair. So, the Baron was supposed to, well, not supposed to. I'd organised for my daughter, Stella, to wed Baron Vargas's son, Victor. Join our houses, gain a bit of a foothold, if you will, and then simply put him out to pasture and take control of Vallaki. However, Stella found Victor to be a bit weird, to say the least. In fact, he spoke so unkindly to her that she went completely mad. And I've had to secure my daughter so that she does not hurt herself or others. Since that day, I've decided that I will try and overthrow him in another way. I've not yet been able to figure that out. Until I heard that you were in town. Heard what you did at the gallows. And I wondered if you would, what your alliances were. So I had my man, Enrst, follow you for a time, see what you were about. Seems that you're quick-witted and skilled, as you sniffed him out quite easily and caught him, which is not an easy task, believe me. So, what I propose is that firstly we need to dispatch of his man, this Strasny, because without him the Baron is weak and can be easily manipulated and overthrown. However, Isaac would not go lightly nor easily. He is not just strong. You saw his hand and arm, did you not?
Yes.
Indeed.
He has the ability to cast some sort of fire. Seems to serve him quite well when needed. But he's also very strong and very capable. Though I have heard a rumor that he has an unhealthy obsession with dolls. I mean, it could be just a rumor, I'm not sure. Maybe
similar.
investigating that could make it easy to remove him from Baron Vargas's side? Embarrassment? Perhaps? I don't know that it would be wise to engage him in open battle, although him dead would be a bit fun. However, I mean, that would be up to you. But as a reward as such, if you were able to help me overthrow the Baron, where I could take control of Vallaki and potentially return some life to this dull city, you would have your pick of house within the city limits. You would be able to come and go as you pleased. The guard here would not stop you, nor harass you. I mean, as long as you didn't break the laws too much, there'd be a little bit of leniency. That's if you wish to stay. If you do not wish to stay, as I said, you are welcome here any time, especially if I am to be in charge. But I'll leave that to you. Don't make a decision now. That would be rash and unwise. I have offered my proposal. Let's have some dessert, some more wine, and she nods to you, Jarik. Speaking of wine, you notice that Lady Wachter does not allow the servant to pour a glass for her sons. He passes over them much to their displeasure, to the point where Nikolai just sort of grunts deeply and gets up from the table and grabs Al by the scruff of his neck and drags him out, and doesn't say anything, just walks out of the room. And she watches them leave, sort of half rolling her eyes, and as they leave, she almost turns back immediately and says, well, the company certainly just improved somewhat, don't you think? Forgive my sons. They're drunkards and obnoxious.
Surely they must be good at something.
Drinking?
Other than drinking.
They were once. And they take after their father somewhat. He was a drunk as well. A good man, but a drunk nonetheless.
What happened to him?
He passed some time ago. Right, so as far as the Antanoviches are concerned, some people say they were in league with the darkness that rules these lands. Others say that they were opposed, which is why they no longer exist. It's hard to say. Those sort of rumors fly around quite readily in Vallaki. I mean, superstition. I myself do not believe in such things. I mean, really, werewolves, vampires. Next thing you'll say they're fairies and goblins. And come on.
I mean, gnomes too. I mean,
exactly, am I
Hey,
right?
now.
And she sort of,
Hey,
she
now.
actually cracks a smile.
Creatures that can breathe underwater.
I mean, well, that's the thing, is it not?
all
Yeah,
that grow
fish.
weird limbs, appendages.
I did notice, I mean, I didn't want to be rude. I mean, I understand you're not from here, so, I mean, other places of existence, I'm sure these things exist, but not here.
What do you have against gnomes?
I'm not even sure what a gnome is, so I don't really have anything against them.
Anyway, going back to the Strasny situation, you were talking
Yes.
about the dolls. Well, we can sort of confirm that rumor, and
Oh,
having
Really?
been to the toy shop and having seen these dolls, I'm not sure what making that public knowledge would do, though.
I mean, it could embarrass him to a point where he might just leave Larky. I mean, would it not
that,
embarrass you to find out that you like playing with dolls? It's a grown man.
Man, it's,
I
you
mean-
know, an obsession with another, or with a woman, and the dolls happen to look like her.
That makes it even more disturbing, does it not?
Yeah, oh, it is. But couldn't that just send him into an enraged state
That's kind of
where
what
he
I'm
just
thinking.
lashes out against trying to
Then
find
you
out who
would
it
have-
is?
Recourse to kill him, would you not?
That is true. I mean, just saying
You're just
something bad about
defending
someone isn't
yourselves.
exactly. Just because someone speaks out against, tells the truth, it doesn't give you reason to kill them. But if they try to kill you,
Well, if you're
because
the
you spoke
Baron,
out,
it does, apparently.
no, yeah, that's yeah.
If you speak
That's
out against
part
the
of the reason
Baron,
why.
you become imprisoned or dead. Excuse
Sure,
me.
someone
that's
spoke out
pretty
about you.
rough.
If people don't agree with my rule, that is their right. People are entitled to their opinions, wrong or right. And I do not
Can I
intend to rule
Can I insight that?
Larky. Can.
Because I just want to.
And she says, I do not intend to rule Larky. I intend to run it as it should be, together, in harmony. And she seems on the level. Like she is a little bit hard to read because even though she
Right.
has the inflection in her voice is kind of soft and she seems to be polite, that face is just stone. Like it
Right.
doesn't really show much emotion at all. Even the eyes themselves don't give a whole lot away, but she seems on the level. Like she doesn't have the feeling of dictatorship about her.
Just hardened life almost gives.
Yeah, it's
the
almost
vibe.
it looks like this life itself is etched itself on her face, and
Right.
like she just wants to see the back end of a tyrannical Baron.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't life be better if we just all got along?
Go and look over at Arcos and nod.
I
I
mean,
mean, it
people
would
have their
be good.
differences, of course, and people have. I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, if someone steps out of line and breaks the law, steals from someone or hurts someone, then they should be punished. This is how things should be. I mean, civility should always rule to a degree. But then you have the other side of that coin where you have this extremist view on things and you force people to do things they do not wish to do, like these incessant festivals. I mean, this week the festival of the blazing sun. Last week was a festival about wolves and killing werewolves. It was just ridiculous. Week before another one. He's always trying to make people happy and smile. Have you seen many people smile in this town? Do they look
I mean-
happy to you?
A whole bunch of them just died the other night, so not particularly.
Exactly. I mean, my sons narrowly escaped being slaughtered by those creatures, whatever they were. I didn't see them myself. I hid in my basement as soon as I
Oh,
heard
we
the
did.
first screams.
Oh, we did.
I mean, whoever they were,
All
they
too
were
well.
brutal. But as I said, and what did the Baron do? Nothing.
Coward in his house.
Out in his house with his dogs and his wife and his right-hand man. Did you see Strasny anywhere fighting to save this city? I mean, if I could,
He
I
probably
would
would
have.
have been useful. In that sense, he probably would have been useful. If what you say is true, I mean,
But he is very strong, and he would have been more than capable.
And, you know,
But the Baron is so paranoid he does not allow him to leave house without them, unless he stays the house by himself. And occasionally, I mean, Isaac does travel the city on occasion by itself with other guard, but not often. Not unless the Baron, he's accompanying the Baron somewhere, and the Baron does not leave Malarkey at all. Rare, very rare you see him within this town itself, unless it's one of these stupid festivals.
Well, I guess we have a lot to think about, and obviously we have to talk to Orvan.
Indeed. As I say, think about it. Don't make a hasty decision. You now know where I live. You are more than welcome to come and visit and give me your answer when you have it.
Yeah.
My man Enrst will be watching. Not to spy on you, but just to make sure that our meeting is not leaked to those it does not need to be spoiled to. However, I am gathering other supporters as well. And if you do not wish to help, that is fine. My support will grow eventually, and we will take this place by force if we have to. That will take time. Too much time for many of the people in this town. But if you wish to aid and speed things up and make it less violent, perhaps. And as far as I said, the Antanoviches, I personally believe that whatever this Dark Lord is the reason they're not here. They may have aligned themselves with him or it, whatever it is, and may have betrayed him, perhaps, which resulted in their bloodline being removed. Rumors and hearsay, of course. Histories of this old town. We've been here for many centuries, so we have a lot of history. I thank you for your company this evening, and I thank you very much for the wine. And I look forward to your reply.
Before we go, what can you tell us about the ruler of these lands?
No one knows well, depending on which ruler you're talking about. If you're talking about Prince Strahd,
Yeah, yes.
he's a fair ruler. Kind man. Do not cross him, of course, as all rulers. If you cross him, you are likely to be punished. But most do not. You talk to anyone about Prince Strahd, and most will find him sufficient as a caregiver, ruler of these lands. His family came here many generations ago. And though we have not prospered as much as we would have liked, we do not wilt and die. We're still here. Have you met our Prince Strahd? What do you know of him?
We've had an encounter with him, yes. We were assisting with the burial of the previous what is it?
The Burgermeister of
Burgermeister.
Burgermeister of Beresca.
Yeah, basically a mayor.
Yeah.
Yes, I did hear of his passing and was saddened by that. I knew him well. I believe his daughter now is in charge of Beresca, the young Irina.
Yeah.
Headstrong girl.
Arena.
She's a headstrong girl. Quite pleasant. I don't know her well, but I've met her on a few occasions.
Easy on the eyes, I would say, as well.
She is a very pretty young lady, of course. But as I said, as far as Lord Strahd is concerned, he has my allegiance. I am happy with his rule.
Good to know.
Has he ever been here?
The Vallaki, on occasion, doesn't get to many of the smaller towns. Well, many of the towns. I mean, he is noble blood. He does not mingle with the lower born of us that often, but he's not that arrogant that he does not visit from time to time.
Does it worry you what he would do if something were to happen to the Burgermeister here?
Well, depends on how that comes to pass.
Right.
I believe he would be not surprised to see Baron Vargas ousted, no matter which way it was.
I suppose that'd be my largest concern. Is
you will find that Lord Strahd would not be displeased with the Baron's displacement. I mean, we do.
Fair
I
enough.
mean, Prince Strahd is the controlling force in this land. However, each town has its leader, usually elected by its people. Sometimes they choose wrong. And in this case, they most certainly did. And he has taken, as you've seen yourselves, he's taken control, and not many will oppose him. They fear him. So you remove that of which they fear, which is not the Baron himself, but this extrusty.
Yeah.
That is the source of their fear.
I guess working out how best to do that is the thing going forward.
Indeed.
Anyway, I'm sure we've taken up enough of your time. Thank you again for the lovely dinner and inviting us here, and I'm sure we will speak soon.
I look forward to your return. And again, I thank you for your company. It's a pleasure to converse with people that have similar goals to me, or at the very least, not so much goals, but of similar values. And she claps her hands and the servants come out and they pull your chairs out, allow you to stand. And she doesn't walk out with you. She stands as you get up from the table and clasps her hands in front, sort of gives you a light nod of the head, and she takes a seat in the parlor as the older of the servants leads you out back to the main entrance. And you are now back out into the street. Heading back towards the Blue Water Inn.
It was certainly interesting conversation, but not wholly unexpected.
I get the feeling she wants us to, I get the feeling it's glaringly obvious she wants us to assassinate.
So on this map, is it going to let me ping? Ping, God damn it. Wachter house is up here.
Okay, I need to, where?
Ping, ping, ping.
Oh yeah, sorry, I had that.
Oh, near the orange one.
So generally, if you
orange
look at
house.
this map, it's the orange houses that are the ones of note.
Okay.
Oh,
So
okay,
I'll
okay.
move your party token over there.
Yeah.
So
It's been a while since we've been on this.
yeah, it has been a while. So generally all of the orange places are the ones of note. So except for so this one, this is the coffin maker's shop down here, which was near the stockyards, which is here.
Mm-hmm.
Blue Water Inn.
Is this?
Blue Water
Okay.
Inn is pretty much in the center of the map,
Under the game paused sign.
which is there. No, there,
Yeah.
the bigger building there. Blinsky's is here. obviously the church over the actual churchyard. You can see the graveyard and stuff there as well.
Yeah.
And you guys, the Burgermeister's mansion's in the south, not in the north, as I said before. I got that wrong. So the Burgermeister's mansion is down here. It's the blue building.
The big building.
Yep. Which
Big
has
blue
the
building in the cul-de-sac.
which has
That's
the
very close to
Right beside
Blinsky's.
it's not far from Blinsky's, yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually put
Which
you wrong. You
makes sense.
probably could have gone and visited the Burgermeisters when you were at the toy shop. So I kind of put you wrong there. So it's been a while since I've been on this map. So
It's all good.
it's south, sort of southwestish of Blinsky's. But yes, you can see on that building it does have a bell tower, which is what the bells you heard from the place.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at Vistani as a whole, Vistani is about sort of about 9 or 10 miles across from sort of North Gate to Western Gate. The gate that leads to the Lake Zarevich, I mean, you're looking at about 5.5 miles from that side to the other side. So it's not a huge place, but it's sizable. So, with that, you are able to head back to the Blue Water Inn, if you wish, if that's what you are wishing to do. It is sort of, it's not super late, but it is sort of, it's after dinner time, probably about 10 o'clock at night. There's probably not much else you can do this evening. I do want you all to make a perception check for me, though, however, as you're heading back towards the inn.
Ready for another nat one?
See how we go. Well, Nutty's wasn't terrible. Oh, not horrible.
Yay.
18 from Red, 19 from Arcos. Derek with a 20, Ripple with a 15.
No, I
That's all
I
not
had a
bad.
10.
Yeah, that's what I mean. 10 from you, Ripple, 15, 20, 10, and 19. Not terrible rolls. So with a 10, you're probably not going to notice this as much as the others. As you're walking down the road back towards the Blue Water Inn, a shadow, a figure, like a humanoid figure in the shadows, darts from one building to the next, just off to your guys' left. And you catch it out of the corner of your eye. And as you turn to sort of look where it was, you see another shadow dart from another building to another building, moving very, very quick. The 20 and the 19, so Jarek and Arcos, you would probably get a little bit more detail as you're a little bit more onto it. Maybe not as much wine on board as the others, perhaps. What catches you immediately is the eyes going from building to building. It's that same sort of reddish glow from 2 nights prior. Not the same intensity as the shadow that stalked through Vistani and into the church, but the creatures, the vampire spawn that you know attacked Vistani 2 nights ago, same red sort of glow in the eyes.
We're being followed again. 2 figures, I think.
Seems at this stage you've seen maybe 2. You're not entirely sure. You continue walking, or do you stop?
John told me to feed the dog.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, might as well continue walking, I guess.
Continue walking. We'll keep those rolls for now. As you continue walking a couple more times, you again, just out the corner of your eye, you see movement from building to building. And it's not like they're really following you, but they are at the same time. It's kind of weird. It has an odd feel to it. You eventually make it back to the Blue Water Inn, get to the stairs, and as you sort of turn back towards Vistani, you see 2 Vistani guard sort of coming down one of the streets, one with a spear and shield, the other sword and shield. As they get to a point maybe 50, 60, 70 feet from you guys. One of them is yoinked into the shadows, and you just hear a garbled scream from the shadows as the other guard turns, shield up and spear out, and goes to grab the horn at his side to sound the alarm. And that's where we'll call tonight's session.
Rude.
Oof.
Oof.
I think it's a good place to call it right there.
Oh dear. That doesn't sound good at all.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Thank you, players, for joining us for another session. You would wonder where it would end. Thank you, chatters, for coming to hang out as well. Appreciate it very, very much. Thank you to the two raiders, Tio Panda, and I forget the other dude's name. Was streaming with Panda. It's your president, I think his name was. Yep, it's your president. It was the other raider came in, so I appreciate the raid, guys. It was awesome. We will be back again actually back tomorrow night. I forgot. Shit. We'll be back tomorrow night with some Alien TTRPG. So you'll see a few of us back tomorrow evening to see if we're going to survive this alien on the rampage on the Reyes station, where we have discovered that our crew has been in cryosleep for way longer than we anticipated. So definitely come back and see us tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. New Zealand Standard Time. Back here, same channel, and we'll be back in that. I am playing in that one, and Baz is our storyteller, aka Game Mother or GM. And we'll be back here in 2 weeks for episode 31 of Land of the Lost as well. So make sure you check that out. If you didn't catch the whole session and you want to catch up with anything or previous sessions, go over to the YouTube, where you will find the rest of it. All previous 29 sessions and some other campaigns as well. My very first run of Curse of Strahda's there. We've got some Vampire the Masquerade up there. We've got some one-shots, some mini campaigns, and the very first campaign, homebrew campaign that I DM'd is also there. So on that note, we're going to say good evening. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.